What's up, everybody? I'm James Duggan. This is IGN Plays, and this is Vincent Janito.
Hey, what's up, James?
So we're going to be doing something a little special today. We're going to be playing Battleborn as well as Overwatch, and we're going to be kind of talking about the differences, the two, dare I say, debating which one is better, even though I do think at some point it's a not unfair comparison, but less fair than I think people
Yeah,
are.
it's less about which one, hey, which one is more worth my money, and it's more like which one is more my style.
Sure.
It's really, and right now this marquee player is stealing all my shards, and I want him to die. But it's fine.
I don't know anything you're saying right now. So I played Battleborn in a preview capacity a couple times.
Yes, with me.
Yes, did very well. We did very well
Oh
together.
yeah,
I was
we
playing.
we rocked it.
Who was that guy?
You were playing
Bird.
as Benedict.
Yes. Vince is the Battleborn expert. I'm more of an Overwatch guy myself. But we're going to be switching over, and then I will know everything. So, if you guys want to ask questions to that end, or just comments, or want me to say something silly on the stream, go ahead and let us know in Twitch chat, as well as YouTube chat, even Facebook. What's up, Facebook? I will be doing my very darndest to monitor what's going on with Facebook.
Oh, this guy's got combos.
Great. Let's see if we get a code. Okay. Also, tweet at IGN with the hashtag IGNPlaysLive. And that is probably the easiest way for me to read what you want to tell me. So, Vince, you were playing a support character.
Yes, I'm playing Miko, who's a healer, and it's hard to say that these characters all just do one thing. They do multiple things. That's one of the nice things about the game is that with the Helix upgrade system, you can kind of tailor the character to like what you want them to do. Like, sure, they're still gonna always like exist within a certain kind of range of different things they can do. They can't just do anything. But
Sure.
But yeah, so like in that sense, Miko can also be a bit of a harasser and a disabler.
Yeah, I know the mushrooms get you real effed up. If you breathe that in when he throws his mushroom at you. GG, it's over.
Yeah, I think it's over for me right now. See, that's the problem with playing this healer is that people just absolutely
They go all in on you, right?
they do. They just dive for me so hard.
That's what you get.
Yep.
That's what you get for being a selfless person. First question, great question. Where'd it go? George Tend on YouTube. What's up, bud? How many people a year, on average, are born in a battle? I would say no greater than 500.
Yeah, I'd say that's probably the maximum that I would be willing to venture.
I mean, it certainly depends upon what year it is. Like, if it were towards the earlier end of the 1900s, though you'd probably have a greater chance to be born in a battle. But nowadays, not so much.
Yeah, it's not as common a thing. You'd think that kids nowadays would be into that sort of thing, but surprisingly not really.
Kids these days are into this band called Five Finger Death Punch, and they have a song called Battleborn. And I actually am a big fan of a lot of their music, but that song is hot garbage. in my opinion.
Good to know. Good to know. Oh,
Sorry
there's Randy.
if the lead singer of Five Finger Death Punch is watching this. I apologize. So, let's check out Twitch for some questions. What's going on in the Twitch chat? You will say funny things, question mark, asks Liquidy Liquid Drinker.
Liquidy
I
liquid.
doubt I
drinker.
will ever come as close to being as funny as your name. So
I
sorry.
love some of these names. One of my favorite internet names ever was Bagely Bagel.
that was a good one.
I was a big fan of Bagely Bagel.
Remember in Halo 2, there was a guy named Sharpie Pen who would kill me all the time. And
What a
It would
jerk.
be great, because it would be like killed by a Sharpie
He doesn't
Pen.
sound like a very good friend.
So that guy who's screwing you up right now is the sword-wielding...
Yeah, Wrath. Except
Wrath.
I just screwed him up. How about that?
Oh, touche. The support turns it around.
Yeah, I just jumped back and threw the spore at my feet, and then he got slowed, and I was just railing on him.
I'll be shoutcasting this whole thing.
Yeah, do
In
it.
case you're wondering.
Let's see.
Vince there taking the heal... Oh, no, you didn't take that one. Taking the no-harm perk. We'll see how that pays off for him in the late game, but that's a really risky choice at this point in the game, as he does have to fight a lot of mechs. So, Battleborn isn't just a multiplayer MOBA. It is also a single-player game.
Yes, correct. Correct. So yeah, you do have to worry about. You have to think about late game and early game compositions and the difference between the two. Absolutely. Oh boy, that's an annoying ability to deal with. Ow.
I'm just going to go on Facebook and use my phone, because this computer's really not working out for this whole Facebook stream thing. So there's a lot going on in this game.
Yeah.
The thing
Oh,
that
yeah.
I think
Oh.
surprised me, I guess, having played this and then jumping into Overwatch, there's just more going on in this game in terms of character abilities, things going on around the map, turrets,
yeah.
creeps.
Resources to manage. I mean, like it's a much more complex game than Overwatch is. And that's not saying anything negative towards Overwatch. That's just
All right, what's up, Facebook?
oh yeah. We got How did I not get an assist on that? I got robbed, son.
Michael Ovenden says Overwatch is so much better.
I mean, it depends on what you want to play.
I mean, I'm gonna have to. I don't know. It is. There are two different games, but there is an overlap in the Venn diagram.
Sure.
We should state like this. What you're seeing right now is a multiplayer, competitive kind of shooter. Sure, there are a little bit more RPG and MOBA elements layered on top of that, but at a glance, this is a very similar game type to something like just Overwatch's core multiplayer gameplay.
No, it's true. You're not wrong about that. It's not they don't share anything, but you know, like I'm always very resistant for people to be like, yeah, well, this is, you know, better than that, especially when it's not an apples to apples comparison. You know, I just think that's, you know, I mean, like, yeah, sure, it can absolutely be better for someone. That's cool. I mean, slow down, slow your roll right now. Die. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank you.
Our minions are getting crushed. Defend them.
Yeah, where are our minions? Someone must have intercepted this creep wave here.
All right,
happened?
tweet at IGN with the hashtag IGN Plays Live, and we'll do our best to answer any questions you may have.
Oh boy.
I'm going to take a question right now from
Raw mercenaries deployed.
Frisaya, who wants to know, is this what happens when Battlefield and League of Legends have a baby? Sure.
Oh wow, these guys just
there's
wombo
no-
comboed me.
I mean, the vehicles aren't
I might
really
still
there.
survive though.
I think this is, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but this is a very close analog to a first-person shooter MOBA.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's totally what this is in every
And we'll talk about that a bit
way as
more
far as I'm
later,
concerned. Maybe I won't go back. I don't need to go back.
Fenton
My
Wilson
teammate
says,
needs me.
I'm so hyped for Battleborn.
Oh yeah, you
know,
should be.
So, Battleborn, very lukewarm reception throughout its preview kind of stages, just the early stages. A lot of people not watching a ton of videos about it, not showing a lot of interest, and then sure enough, last night, #1 seller on Steam, Battleborn.
And I'm really happy about that because like, I mean, I don't know if I think this game is like amazing or anything. Like I'm not
Sure.
necessarily I'm not reviewing it, and I haven't decided if it's something that I'm gonna play a lot like long term. But I do feel like the game has a lot more positive going for it than people kind of realize. And so I just want to see the game. I do want to see the game get a fair shake rather than it be like, hey, since I feel like at some point people just decided this game wasn't good and not really based on anything substantive, just kind of
Right.
like they just decided it wasn't. And I kind of hate when that happens and that's what we do sometimes. Like there's a little bit of like mob think in these things, and you know, I don't like seeing that happen. I like people to see things for what they are and like give it a chance. And so
Sure.
hopefully this game gets a chance.
Sure. The reality of the situation, though, that this is a $60 purchase, so giving it
yeah.
a chance does require pretty significant down
Oh yeah,
payment.
it needs to have value. Like you can't just like, you know, it's not charity. Like you need.
And
you
I
need-
think
you need to
and I
earn
think that's
your money.
a little bit of why maybe a lot of people were like, what is this? I don't really quite understand. Because a majority of MOBA games, with the exception of like Heroes of New Earth, which is, God, that came out forever ago. But a lot of them are free to play. And even ones like Dota 2 offer you the entire hero roster straight off the bat and are only funded by things like aesthetics. And the, what is that book called that comes out every year when they have a compendium? Stuff like
Yeah.
that. So it's a little bit strange to see a conventionally developed AAA MOBA release with a conventional payment method. I'll be the first to admit, because MOBAs are the kinds of games where you can get in there and it's either 100% your thing, or you're like, I'm really not into this. So
Yeah, and I feel like once you find one that you want to play, you just kind of hunker down into it and
sure.
play it. Like honestly, like I can say like maybe I'm gonna sound like a total filthy casual here, but like honestly, Battleborn is a game that I feel like requires way more of an investment of time to learn and understand and unlock everything and get good at than I think Overwatch will. I feel like if you've got
I agree with everything in that statement except for get good at. I think the Overwatch is a very much it rewards
Oh, I don't mean
you.
mechanically. Skill ceiling,
Oh,
you're
okay.
right. The skill ceiling is a lot higher in
Yeah.
Overwatch. I totally agree there. But again, it's just like, it depends on like what you like how you're defining skill, and I don't necessarily mean here that that there's more mechanical things to think about and be good at here. It's more that there's more things, more strategical and tactical things to think about in this game than there are in Overwatch. Not to say that Overwatch is a mindless game or that it's like a just like a run and gun, because it's not. But yeah, you have to think about like resource management and like farm and like shards and where to spend them. You're going to spend it on augmenting your gear. Your gear loadouts. And
There's an out-of-game progression, right, too? In
Yeah.
terms of like an out-of-match progression.
Yes. So there's a lot to think about.
So let's take some comments. See what people are saying. Potato King, what's up? Maybe a surprise, especially to you, James, but I've returned for another IGN live stream. Glad to have you with us. Jack Patrick Walsh wants to know which is more a traditional MOBA. The consensus on that is definitely Battleborn. Overwatch is a team-based multiplayer shooter, and the characters do have abilities. They do synergize with each other.
I dove so hard for that kill. That was so dumb.
But it's definitely not it is certainly not a MOBA. I think that classification can go straight out the window, unless you were going to make the semantics argument that like multiplayer online battle arena, sure.
Right.
But in terms of progression in the game, as you go through a match, your character becomes higher level and therefore has better skills and abilities and things like that. Overwatch has none of that.
Right.
Which I think is a really good thing. Because like you said, and to kind of counter your point there, Overwatch, the initial learning curve is almost non-existent. It just immediately like sucks you into its world and the game and the abilities and the characters, and you pick an ability and you're presented with at most 3 or 4 abilities that you don't really even need to use all of to be effective against
Oh geez.
like low-level players. So yeah, I think it's just immediately attractive, that game. And yet there's so much depth to it in terms of team composition, maps, counter picks, being able to swap heroes at any time, I think drastically increases the skill ceiling in that game. So, and a lot of people were opposed to those kind of unconventional decisions of Overwatch allowing you to swap heroes at any time. A lot of people were like, I don't know if I like that.
Right.
Because then I can have 3 Genjis on a team, and that's really annoying. But at the end of the day, I'm really glad Blizzard did that, because I think that my experience has been nothing but positive with swapping heroes, not being locked into a certain hero, and then also not being forced to pick a hero that I'm not super interested in playing because somebody else on my team picked him. So,
Right. And like I've said before, my problem with that just becomes that from a team composition standpoint and from a balance standpoint, the challenging thing there becomes that you kind of have to balance for the abilities around the idea that there might be multiples of a particular
sure. But a lot of the times those abilities don't stack, and that kind of immediately gets rid of a lot of problems you would have with something like stacking Lucio's, where you could get just a ton of healing in a big AoE, and those stack very minimally. So if I had seen a lot of competitive play on Overwatch with a ton of duplicate heroes, I think I'd be slightly more concerned. But the times that I have both played like a 6v6, we're all playing the same hero, we've generally lost.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not saying that that Overwatch has a balance problem in that like multiple heroes of the same kind are too strong. What I'm saying is kind of the other way, where they've had to be like at certain points throughout the beta, they've had to be like, well, if you stack like Zarya's, for instance, like you stack multiple Zarya's, then like, oh no, now her barrier becomes this way bigger problem than it was, and then they end up having to nerf it, and then like it's still usable, but like it's only
still pretty good.
It's still pretty good, but I mean like compared to
Sure, that is a fringe case where I'm sure that they nerfed that because people were running multiple Zaryas. That was a thing for a while, like 2 Zaryas, and then the whole team would just be pretty much shielded whenever you got into an engagement. And it was really annoying because in a similar scenario to Winston, like you would drop your shield and then the gameplay there is to just stop. Anytime a hero's ability just incentivizes you to stop what you're doing and just wait, I don't think that that's particularly good design.
I don't even know what killed me. Oh, Wrath must have flanked us.
Yeah, look at him. Look at him going crazy. Getting some FPS drops here on the PS4. A little bit.
Oh, yeah. I noticed that last night.
So I believe, unless my eyes are deceiving me, this runs at what would appear to be
30.
60. 30.
No, it's
Really?
definitely 30.
Oh,
Definitely
wow.
30.
Okay.
Definitely 30.
So it's
yeah.
dropping below 30.
Not 60, which is, it's weird. Like, I mean, like, I like the look of the game, but I'm not really sure why it runs the way it does. Like, even
Sure.
on PC, I mean, it'll be fine on our, it would be fine if we were running on our PC here, but like,
It is totally 30. Look at that.
but like on my rig at home, which I run Overwatch at mostly 60, it's really strange because
Oh, goodness. I've neglected Facebook, and the comments have piled up. I'm just going to start reading them.
how is this guy alive? He had this much health the whole time. Oh, no, but I didn't see a healing beam. It doesn't look like Miko was behind him.
Maybe he has some kind of ability that...
There must be some kind of
Vamps
passive
health.
because he was literally like this.
So that leads me to another good point about
whole time.
Overwatch. And through the design, Overwatch initially started as a giant MMO, kind of a spiritual successor to World of Warcraft, not thematically, but in terms of it being an MMO. And from there, it got whittled down to a shooter. And in that shooter, Blizzard has, for a long time, been kind of their standard has been about character customization, living a fantasy, and then having a uniquely identifiable character. And so
Yeah.
to that end, they had all of these like passive and active skill trees. So a good example, that was brought up that was in the game at some point was you could select a skill that when Reaper would go into Wraith form, he would regenerate all his health. And the problem there was you had 21 heroes. It was a first-person shooter. There's no buff, debuff indicators besides like some graphical stuff. And so it's just really difficult, and being able to swap heroes at any time, it's really difficult to, first of all, identify that the person's using a particular passive, counter that passive, and then have them not switch off that character before you've countered it.
Right.
So I fully respect the fact that every Soldier 76 in Overwatch is the same. Every Genji is the same, XYZ. So I think maybe if that, I don't know if that was, but if that was a scenario where that particular Wrath was using a passive that allowed him to heal when he did his whirlwind, if you weren't used to seeing that and you saw it, it can kind of catch you off guard and change the way that you play and maybe not. I don't know.
No, absolutely. Like that's an important point to make is that like one of the nice things about there not being that many elements like that in Overwatch, like you said, is that what you see is what you get, and you always kind of know what you're running your head into. Whereas in Battleborn, you definitely have to, like that's a learning experience for me. Like where I'm like, hey, I've just about got Wrath killed. Let me just stick in this fight and finish him off. Like
Sure.
Next time I know that like maybe that's not an option, but like I have to learn that. I have to learn to identify a situation in which I can engage in and which I can't. I don't know why this one little bot is taking a million. I am literally
Raid boss! Oh, God.
Yeah, he's like a raid boss status.
Friendly thralls on the field.
Oh, I think we got Wrath coming in here.
Yeah,
Wrath right now is like the problem character to me. Like he's that guy that's just so easy and scrubby and like just gets like a million kills for doing nothing.
Vince gets real salty at those kinds of characters.
Oh yeah, I do.
Fighting games, and but to be fair, I do too, I guess.
For a while, you hated Pharah.
Yeah. Well, she got nerfed to Oblivion and back, so she's not as big of an issue now. But I did think she was OP. And actually, one of the cool things about playing Overwatch, kind of initially getting into the game and seeing all of the characters get either buffed or nerfed, like extremely buffed or nerfed,
Yeah.
is you see all these different iterations of them, and then you think to yourself, like, oh my god, I was so incredibly right about this one character. Think about how good he was. I should have been picking him all the time back before he was nerfed.
Right.
Or the inverse is, I was totally wrong. Like, this character's been bad the whole time or has been in a balanced spot. And one character that I think has been consistently nerfed and is still very powerful is McCree, and we'll see more of him when we switch over to
Yeah,
Overwatch.
McCree's right now for me in Overwatch. McCree is that character where I'm just like, this character's dumb. I'm just like, get this character out of my life.
It's interesting because he has an incredibly high skill cap because you just need to be
In
able
theory.
to aim. In theory, but in execution, you can still be very effective by just using two buttons. Which
Yeah.
I will be playing plenty of McCree, so we'll be
Oh,
seeing
I'm
some
sure
of that
you
today.
will.
Oh, what is that supposed to mean?
No. Okay. Let me be clear. What that means is you, whatever it is, whether you're having fun or not, you do what's optimal.
Enemy forces.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
That's very true. Although,
Which is there's nothing wrong with that, but I'm saying like you very much are like, well,
unless
if
it's
the game
Hearthstone.
if the
Hearthstone
game-
is the only game
oh,
that I
really?
can be
Okay.
that I can just kind of surrender that and be like, I'm gonna make a deck that tries to mill my opponent. I know it's silly.
No, because you look at because you very often you're like, well, the game is telling me I'm supposed to play this way, so it's like maybe I want to
do-
play a different way.
I do that.
No, but you're not wrong though, James. Like that's
Yeah.
a totally reasonable.
And Blizzard was totally the company that cemented that.
Yeah, I
the whole
know.
thought process
You know,
with
talk
Diablo
about,
2 and
Diablo 2 and
World of
Warcraft.
Warcraft.
Yeah. We've talked about that.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, like, I know that's your style.
That is. Yeah. Having fun is cool, but winning is
It's
more
even
fun.
cooler.
Question here from, actually, if you guys have just a dying question that you need to ask that I need to answer or something terrible is going to happen, tweet at IGN with the hashtag IGN Plays Live, and I will answer that question. We're going to take a question from Jack Patrick Walsh on Twitter who wants to know, what was Vince saying about running Battleborn at home on a PC? What is your CPU and GPU?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
It runs badly for me too, he
Yeah.
says.
So my CPU, I forgot which i7. I think it's an either I think it's an Ivy Bridge i7. It doesn't run that fast. It's like maybe, it's maybe like 2.5. So it's granted not the fastest. Jesus, Wrath is such a dumb character. He's so stupid. Like he's so clearly dumb.
It begins. Oh, This is the inverse of this is going to happen in just about half an hour. I've gone on tilt every time
He's
that
like,
I've played Overwatch.
Look, I hit the lift. Now you're literally stuck in the air while I swing my sword underneath you, and you can't do anything about it.
So right now, I am extremely, extremely salty about the matchmaking in Overwatch.
Oh, yeah?
Because throughout the beta, and this is maybe a little bit of a inflammatory statement, but I was consistently getting matched with a single pre-made group of 6 people who I would lose to 100% of the time. I was like, why is the matchmaking doing this? It must be because there's nobody in the closed beta yet. And sure enough, open beta rolls around. First game, I got matched against those exact same 6 people, lost. And then the following 5 games, I had pretty much all gold medals and still lost every game. And I was like, I'm convinced the matchmaking sucks. So maybe that's not the case. Maybe I'm sure the MMR needs some time to sort itself out. But my God, was I angry last night. You should have seen me.
Not that I mean to laugh at your.
No, I know.
That's your
It's
misfortune.
funny, man. I uninstalled Hearthstone from my phone the other day just because
That sounds like a good life choice.
yeah. No, I reinstalled it almost immediately, but I haven't gotten to that stage.
I
don't know
got
what it is.
I got to that stage with Hearthstone so long ago, and I was like, no, I can't do this to myself.
It's a
anymore.
great game, and I love
It is a great game.
And
I
anytime
totally
I have
agree.
a problem with it, it's my fault. However, sometimes you're just frustrated and you need. And so uninstalling the game just makes you feel good for a second.
Yeah, it makes you feel like you beat the game. Like yeah, game,
Take that.
take that.
Take those analytics back to
Yeah,
Blizzard.
yeah,
Seeing that one guy
yeah,
uninstalled
hold that.
Hearthstone tonight.
Hold that.
Ben Brode's going to cry himself to sleep knowing I uninstalled his game. By the way, Whispers of the Old Gods, fantastic expansion if you haven't checked it out yet on Hearthstone. You can log in and get 3 free packs. I highly recommend doing it. It's a ton of fun. All right, let's take some questions here. What do we got going on? Facebook, I've been neglecting you. I'm sorry. Jake T. Schwartz, on topic, says, I would love if No Man's Sky worked in VR. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool, wouldn't it?
Anime Nate says Leafy plays those games. Never, ever, ever, ever bring up Leafy in any of our chats ever again, ever. You can bring up PewDiePie as many times as you want, but don't you dare mention Leafy to me, ever. I hate everything that man stands for.
Jeez.
He's awful. Have you seen, he just makes fun of people. That's
No.
all he does. He just goes on YouTube and looks at people who aren't obviously having that great of a time and just knees their face into the dirt. It's terrible.
Sounds like the kind of person I don't want to be around.
Yeah,
but-
he's awful.
But yeah, I'm sorry. So I've got like an i7 that's like maybe an old Ivy Bridge. My computer's like 3.5 years old, but I mean it runs Overwatch at like medium to high settings. At like I can, it's 60 sometimes, maybe more like 45-ish other
Sure.
times.
Have you tried it on one of the crazy red PCs here, or the Titans?
Battleborn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe for a stream I did that. And yeah, it ran fine there. It ran at 60 there.
Cool. Yeah, I'm surprised it does. I feel like, I remember, why am I blanking? Borderlands, the original Borderlands was not
Yeah.
stylized at one point in its early development. And now it's kind of a staple of Gearbox is the stylized graphics. And I do think the game looks pretty beautiful, but at the same time, I do feel like one of the reasons you go with this is so you can have superior performance. But I
Yeah,
guess that just
exactly.
didn't pan out for the console versions.
I'm totally with you. I'm just like, this game kind of performs like a game that looks like way more,
Sure, right.
way more, kind of high fidelity, hi-fi than I think they were going for. But who knows? That was a horrible game.
What?
That Wrath carried so hard.
Oh, it's final score 0-99.
I still don't really think I understand the scoring system in this game.
Well, apparently not.
Well, man, I was supposed to be scoring points this whole time, and I didn't score any points. I should have tried scoring some points. No, I know when we're losing. Like I know why we lost, but like I don't understand how the score
All right, Vince.
relates to it.
So it's about that time to talk about why Battleborn is a MOBA.
Oh yeah.
But before we do that, and I'll re-intro that
Oh god.
because I just screwed up our clip out. But, I want you to play Wrath this game. I want you to show me how little skill that character requires. I want you to embody the thing that you hate.
I don't know if I can. Do I have to?
Yeah, you do. Right?
Actually, you know what?
Right, Twitch chat?
You know what we can do real quick? We can jump into command here and just look at his passives and just see if we can find an explanation for
And then
why
you should play him. Because look at his cool swords.
he's such an edgelord. Wrath is such an edgelord.
Oh God, what am I doing? I have to rip this off so people don't consider drinking this brand of sparkling water at home. Don't want to influence anybody. There we go. Get off of there.
Okay, it's a passive. As he damages enemies, he siphons health.
All right, do it, dude.
Yeah, that's
Play
what it is.
Wrath.
Damn it. Fine.
I want to see some Wrath action.
I don't want to see. Some
You're gonna
Wrath,
love
but
it,
it's
man.
fine.
You're
It's
gonna be the end of that. You're like, I was wrong about that guy.
Gonna
He's
be
He's
great.
a really well balanced, well thought out character, and I really love playing him.
Fair and balanced all the way. That's if I can jump on him before everyone else does.
So the big thing that
He's
I
the first guy on every team. Everyone's always like, "Oh, I gotta play Wrath."
Oh right, because it is exclusive to
Yeah.
your team.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, that is a sense that a character's OP if he's the first one picked every time. But the thing that I am actually very interested to see from Battleborn is the kind of higher difficulty level single player content, PvE content. Because
Right.
we played the Gearbox came down, showed us some of the PvE content,
Right.
and
And we
it
were like,
was very much a face roll. It was very bland. It really
Yeah.
didn't have a lot of texture to it.
We
Or a
tore
lot of
through it.
mechanics.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just kind of a clicking fest, and it was like, oh, this is cool, whatever. But I would imagine on the higher difficulties, all of those things that I like seeing accentuated, like mechanics, having to worry about your skills, having to worry about your team composition as well as position, would actually be in the game. So yeah, maybe some other time, or maybe we'll do a VOD of that. We're going to keep it focused on PvP because it's
Yeah.
a closer analog to Overwatch,
right.
which we're going to jump into in just about. Where's my clock? Oh God,
You're not watching this.
30 minutes.
Yeah, there you
30
go.
minutes. So time for about one more game.
30 minutos.
Then we're gonna jump over to the superior Overwatch.
Oh, the troll bait. I like it. I like it. Just chowing the waters, man.
Dude,
That's fine.
every chat agrees with me. I don't.
I guess it's not really so much chumming the waters then, right? It's just
No.
kind of like
They are two very different
No,
games.
but
in the same way that you can compare two movies in different genres, I think.
Oh, sure. Like you can definitely say like which one. Yeah, oh, absolutely. Like which one am I gonna like most likely gonna play when I go home tonight? Like Overwatch.
Like Mad Max Fury Road is hands down better than Battle of the Five Armies of the Hobbit.
I don't think that's discussable. If you do, then then I like you.
Tell
it's
us.
fine.
Tell us.
Just tell us why.
We like opinions as long as you can back them up.
Yeah, no, I mean like honestly, if I'm being honest, like there's really weird little things about Battleborn that are probably the only thing that like kind of make me quote unquote like it a bit less than Overwatch. And it's mostly presentational. It's like I don't get how weirdly quiet the music is in the menus. Like
It
I'm just
is.
like,
It's very.
I'm like,
I
how
thought maybe
come
my
it's like,
headset had just switched off. That's funny.
I'm
Don't
like,
worry, Alexia. It's not anything on your.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's not our producer Alexio back there. Is back
So you
there
can vote
going
for
like,
vote for the maps here.
We'll do Overgrowth. Since we
I'm
did
really
Echelon
gonna try and
before.
pronounce this guy's name. Guilherme.
Guilherme? Yep.
Sarda on Twitter says, guys, how are you streaming gameplay to Facebook? Thanks a lot and great work. We have our ways, and thank you for noticing. All right, as soon as we jump into this and you start, because Wrath is such a mindless character, we're gonna have a discussion, and you're just gonna be able to play him passively and not.
I'm not gonna have to think about anything. He's a silly character, but it's fine. It's fine.
Overgrowth. Ooh, they're locked characters. What is that?
I did it.
What are
I
those-
beat everyone to
You
Wrath.
did it, man. What are those characters locked behind? Is that a paywall or is that?
No, it's not paywall. So there's two different ways you can unlock them. One is by reaching a certain rank, like a character, not character specific rank, but like overall rank.
Sure.
One is by rank, and the other one is they're $100 each. No, no, the other.
It took me a second to process.
No,
that.
the
It's like,
other is there's like specific ways for each of them. So you can either get to rank like 14 overall, or you can like get another character of the same faction up to a certain level, or you can
Sure.
kill a certain number of X of this type of enemy. So
That's
they give
really
you
cool. I like that.
two
a lot,
different ways to
actually.
unlock the other characters.
And Overwatch has actually started adding some sprays that are locked behind achievements, which I'm a big fan of. I would even love to see some skins locked behind really hard achievements, just because I think that's a fun thing to strive for in the game. My one criticism of Overwatch, and I think this is just the only reason that I'm allowed to make this criticism, is because it is a Blizzard game, that Blizzard games are always carried by their progression systems. Overwatch has an aesthetic progression system, but it's a lot like Hearthstone, where you're getting basically card packs, except they just have aesthetic stuff in them.
Right.
So I can increase my rank and stuff like that, but overall I feel like the only thing tethering me to my next game is the idea of getting better, which is awesome, and games like Counter-Strike are carried solely on that, but a large portion of Blizzard's audience, I think, is expecting a deep progression system. And it is, I believe, lacking that. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, like it's funny because like I guess because I'm old, I don't even think about those things. Like I don't even I'm not at all like, oh, what's the cool unlock you're gonna give me for playing your game? I'm
You're just
like,
excited about Unreal Tournament, Quake.
Exactly.
All right, Vince, it's that time.
Oh, geez.
We're going to explain why Battleborn is a MOBA. And it is. It is a MOBA.
Oh, it is absolutely a MOBA.
By definition, MOBA means multiplayer online battle arena, and you can take that in any number of ways, but we're going to stick very close to home in the conventional sense of what a MOBA is. It has characters, it has lanes, it has creeps, it has abilities. You level up in a match, and then all of that leveling progress is then erased into the next match. Now, it is a little bit of a misnomer because Battleborn does have only one game mode that is a MOBA, the multiplayer game mode. The single player is kind of like a weird PvE MOBA, but that takes the multiplayer online battle arena kind of. It's a strange like dichotomy there.
Yeah. But I mean, like when you look at the things that like when I start talking more high level tactics to about how you play Battleborn, you instantly. You can't avoid it. Like you start saying things that are totally just MOBA concepts. Like so for instance, these shards that I'm picking up, like this is the equivalent of gold. And
Sure.
then like I need to get as much of this gold as possible so that I can activate my abilities. So
As
I can
well as
activate,
turrets and-
So I can, well, there's turrets, right? But like that's like buying support items. Like activating turrets, activating like creating these turrets and stuff, and these healing areas and these supply areas, like that's whatever. That's for the supports, dude.
Sure.
Like for me, I've gotta get all these shards that I can and use that to activate my my gear items that are gonna give me all kinds of damage bonuses and stuff. And I gotta do that as fast as possible.
And even if there isn't a one-to-one analog with things like towers, I still don't think it's an unfair comparison. And I also don't think it's an unfair quantification of this game's multiplayer to say it's a MOBA. I know it's a term that a lot of developers are kind of a little bit reluctant to tack on their game because it carries such a heavy connotation in terms of post-launch support,
Sure.
a free-to-play element, a competitive scene. And so it's weird that it exists in this game that also has a single-player element to it. But having seen it, and my initial thought with Overwatch was going to be a MOBA, Overwatch is not a MOBA, which is nothing against it. Like, it turned out to be a brilliant game, and it tacking on all these Overwatch, as we were talking about before, all these passive skills and active skills, and kind of complicating the basic core awesome gameplay there doesn't really fit a game like that. So I think it was an absolutely great choice to not have an item shop, to not have passive abilities you could unlock for your characters and stuff like that. But for a game like this, it decided to go that route. So my question to you is, do you think it's a little bit too complicated at the start, especially considering the single player, or do you think this is just more depth to the game, and it's going to allow you to play more games before you start to feel kind of fatigued by it?
I think it's definitely going to be the latter because, honestly, I'm already at a point where, like, I played like 5 or 6 games last night, and then I logged off for the night, and then I was just sitting there in bed kind of thinking to myself, like, oh, yeah, like, if I built a loadout like this, and then I activated this first, and I went with these skill combinations, and suddenly I'm theory crafting in my head about, like, how I could how I could approach a character better, and all of a sudden I was like, man, I gotta log back on and try this stuff.
Sure.
And that's something that, like, Overwatch keeps me glued because, like, it's so fun. This is like keeping me glued, both because there's fun. I don't want to say it's not fun, but like, nice. I'll take that. But it's also keeping me glued because. No, you're not getting away. Get back here.
Haha, Wrath does take some processes of thought as you were unable to complete your sentence while you were playing him. So, yeah,
Okay,
obviously a very skilled
Oh, yes,
character.
clearly.
So are you fighting to an opponent's like Nexus here? Is that what that big mech is?
Yeah, you're fighting to 2 mechs, basically.
Cool.
Yeah, that's what you're trying to do. So anyway, but yeah, I feel like anytime I start thinking in depth about this game, making sure that I get good farm, making sure that I don't fall behind in levels early, which I kind of have here, which I'm a little worried about. Making sure that I don't overextend myself. All these things are all things that I think about as a MOBA player.
Sure.
And so I feel like that's that just opens up like, you have to think about things in a whole more coordinated way in this game, like, than I think you do in Overwatch. In Overwatch, coordinated team play will certainly be a thing, and certainly timing your ultimates and things like that will help out a lot. But that said, I still feel strongly that you'll have to have, like for instance, the big massive shards. Those massive shards that you can destroy, like, you have to leave those for the carry. Like, you have to leave those for Wrath. If you're the support and you're taking that stuff, like, you're messing up.
Great. Well, that's a little bit of a look into why we think that this game is particularly a MOBA, more so than Overwatch. But that is not a quantification of whether we think one is better than the other, though we will have that discussion in just a little bit. So stick around for that. You're doing pretty well here, spinning and winning.
I was doing pretty well. I haven't gotten to the point where I can spin and win. That's what I can't wait for. Once I get to that point, then I'm like,
critical
oh,
mass.
just hit the smash, and then I stand under, and then I just walk underneath you and pop my spin. And it's LOL. Give me the kills.
Yeah, I think a lot of the like team-based mechanical stuff does translate from one game to the other, but the thing that really sticks this out as a MOBA to me is just the progression system in the game and in the match, and then ending at the end of the match and starting again at the beginning of the next one, as well as pushing to these towers and lanes. Like, it's very much a MOBA. But Overwatch requires a tremendous amount of team play as well. The thing I will say about Overwatch is I think the game is a bit faster in terms of
way faster
killing and dying. Like,
way faster.
You die like that, and you can get kills in the same speed. As for this, it really does feel a bit more like an RPG where you're kind of whittling away your opponent, even with your really heavy damaging stuff, unless you've gotten a ton of farm, so to speak.
Yeah, that's the key thing here for me right now. Now I'm going to activate my third.
Yeah, what are those things, by the way, that you're pulling up?
Yeah, bye. That guy just rolled up on me like he was going to do something. I'm like,
GG.
you're cute. You're cute. So those things are your gear. That's your gear loadout. That's the equivalent here of items. So you unlock those by you purchase gear. You purchase gear packs, basically, and they can have random things in them. And you have three gear slots in a loadout, and then you kind of decide what you want to put in there. But then it costs shards to activate.
Got it. Interesting. Well, that's kind of cool. So it's like a little bit of like a deck that you're putting together for your character, kind of a custom unlock progression.
Yes.
I mean, I guess akin to items in like a League of Legends, except you are basically filling your store with 3 items
Yes.
you can purchase.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. And then like the decision becomes like, do I spend those do I spend that money on these tactical structures for my teammates?
Sure.
Or do I spend them on these pieces of gear? And depending on the piece of gear, like they have different activation costs. So more powerful things have a way better more powerful stuff has a way like bigger shard cost. So you really have to build up those shards.
Tevin Coleman has a question on Twitter. If you want your question answered on Twitter, tweet at IGN with the hashtag IGN Plays Live. And we will
With the
do our
what?
best. The hashtag.
The hashtag.
Hashtag IGN Plays Live. And we're going to take a tweet right now from Tevin Coleman, who asks, do you recommend getting Battleborn now or wait to see how the community develops for it? So you already did the review in progress, so why don't you kind of like summarize what you've said so far
What of?
of the review in progress for Battleborn?
Oh, yeah. Well, I didn't do that. That was.
Oh, touche.
Yeah, I didn't do that, but I did help. I did help edit it, and I did.
You can
the,
speak to if you think it's worth like picking up right now or not.
Yeah, I mean, like for me personally, I'm like, well, the multiplayer alone makes it worth it. That's what I care about. I mean, and I think that part's dope. I think this is a lot of fun. But as far as if you don't like competitive games, like then no, like just no, don't do it to yourself. But
these do have a similar price point. Like this and Overwatch do share the same price point and do offer these 2 modes. And if you're going to talk about recommending one person buy one or the other, in terms of their legs, I really think it's Overwatch. That just strikes me as the game that is going to be supported, going to have a community, going to have a very long life ahead of it. I think Battleborn is active, way more active than I thought it was going to be now. But and that could only get better. I think Overwatch is like kind of a sure thing in terms of its development in the future as well as. Oh, what happened there?
I have no idea.
Got a little blinded.
I barely got out of there alive.
I'm curious to see again some of the PvE elements because I think that will really sell me on this game. If like the boss fights are very fun and if they're very team-based, the idea of an infinitely replayable kind of dungeon 5-man experience is one that I've been waiting for a long time.
Not a vampire.
Not a vampire, dude.
All right, so now I've got my ult.
Lore confirmed.
So now this should start getting silly.
Is your ult not a vampire?
my ult is not a
You
vampire.
scream, I'm not a vampire.
my ult isn't. My main is though.
Jack Patrick Walsh says Overwatch and Battleborn are fun looking and all, but Dawn of War 3 is real.
Yes. Oh my God.
Dude,
yes.
That trailer was great.
My God. When I saw that trailer, I kind of lost my mind a little bit. I was watching it so much this morning. I watched it on the train like 3 or 4 times.
I did. I watched it this morning as well again too.
Yeah. I was.
We were able to see that trailer a couple days early, and it was really difficult not to tell anybody about.
Yeah. Oh my God. I had so many like Dawn of War buddies that I wanted to tell, but I was like, ooh.
I'm very curious to see where it lands in terms of like being a little bit closer to Dawn of War 1 or 2. I know a ton of people who are a huge proponent of the first game and weren't really that into the second one. I myself actually respected a lot of the things the second one did because I don't consider myself much of an RTS player. So having kind of like to just worry about the micro and not so much the macro and the base building made sense for me, but I understand I'm not the majority of people when it comes to an RTS. So, but yeah.
That was so fun, by the way. Like I didn't kill them because they're super beefy, but
no, I saw you doing some work. Dawn of War 2, even though the trailer has not held up, is my second favorite game trailer of all time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It is
terrific.
So good.
It's outstanding.
I really want to see like a movie. All of the the Warhammer franchise stuff, they do a superb job with their cinematics
Oh,
across
yeah,
the board.
yeah.
For Vermintide, for Warhammer
All of
Online,
them. All of them.
way back. Yeah, just all of them. And then there's a new one. What is it called? There's actually 2 new ones that just came up. And they all have 2 names, and I don't understand it. Like Warhammer End Times Vermintide.
Right.
Martyr Oblivion or something. I don't know. The new one that just got announced. And then there's Space Hulk Dreadnought. Is that it? Or is it Space
Yep.
Hulk? Something like that. And I'm just like, why can we go with one name? You already have Warhammer on there. I don't know. Seems a little silly. Yo, kill that nerd. Oh, he ulted you.
I don't care about his ult. Yeah, run. Run, run, run.
All right, boys and girls. Got about 10 minutes until we switch over to the Overwatch train. All
yeah,
aboard.
this is definitely going to be our only, our last match of.
Yeah, your final game.
Yep.
It's totally fine if it goes a little bit over, but
But only a little bit.
Yes.
That's all you'll allow me.
allow you 2 extra minutes.
How very generous of you, sir. I'm trying to find a way to flank this Oscar Mike. Oh, I can double jump. Can't I?
Can you? Are you a demon hunter from World of Warcraft?
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Got a lot of comments on Facebook talking about how it reminds them of Borderlands. Yeah, aesthetically, it's very similar to Borderlands, but that is where the similarity ends. I suppose the shooting is still a little bit lofty, a little bit like Borderlands. It kind of feels like Borderlands shooting, which isn't necessarily a good thing, but still okay, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Nice. Double the length of Catalytic Smash. I'll take it. Yep, come here.
Jeez. Yeah.
Oh,
So when
his buddy hit me off. Damn it.
when we went to do, it was like a 10-man cam for cam stream of this game at 2K. I just absolutely tore it up as
Yeah, you were killing
that
it, man.
guy who I cannot remember the name of. But you were
Benedict.
supporting me, yeah. And it was just insane. It was like, it was super fun. It was like 30 kills and 0 deaths, and it was all against my coworkers. So God, it felt great.
I remember, because Benedict is like a bird,
Right.
and then like Miko the healer is a mushroom. I remember like after the
Bird. Who's the bird in the mushroom?
Who the hell's the bird in the mushroom?
Yeah. Those were good times.
Oh,
man.
that bird in that mushroom, man. Yeah. So I'm not playing the greatest, but this character is definitely dumb. Catalytic Smash is just so easy. As skill shots go, it's just so easy to hit. So I'm just like, yeah, you're gonna die. If I had any map sense at all and was sneaking up on people, this would be a bloodbath.
We got a question here on Facebook from, where do you go? Ethan Pearson, who wants to know how long the Overwatch beta is going to last for Xbox One. So for all platforms, it starts today. Actually started last night a little bit, but only if you've pre-ordered the game, you get access to the open beta early until the 5th. And then it goes from the... Nicely done.
That's so stupid how easy that is.
The 5th to the 9th. And the 9th is when it ends. And then I believe... Do you know when the game comes out?
The 24th.
Yeah, 24th of May.
Oh, that
right?
was so stupid.
Very exciting.
I just flanked that Arendi and just catalytic smashed her up into the air and then just juggled her with the ult. And was like, well, sorry.
I'm actually not sure if progress carries over in Overwatch from the open beta to...
They're going to wipe. They're doing a wipe.
They are doing a wipe?
Yeah, that's what I heard, yeah.
They did a wipe from closed to open, which reset my key bindings but not my sensitivity settings. So I was really confused.
That is super weird.
And also, another weird thing, wiped all of my skins, but not the gold that you use to craft those skins. You killed that nerd. Where'd he go?
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say. Where did this dude go?
Yeah, it's a lot of the times I see people like disappear, and I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, I don't know how close we are to finishing this match, sadly.
So you still got 10 minutes.
Okay, cool. So it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Timer is aligning. The only question is, do we want to have the debate while we're playing Battleborn or while we're playing Overwatch?
Oh, the debate.
That's a question.
That debate.
It's like 2 or 3 minutes, but it's going to be intense. Or it's like camping.
We might kill each other.
Yeah, maybe.
Ah, I missed catalytic.
Yep.
That was dumb. Didn't need to miss that. Didn't need to miss that.
No, your technique is all wrong.
What are you saying? Oh no, your technique is all wrong. Yeah, it's funny because this guy's. What I haven't been doing is just killing waves. You kill waves, you get back so much health.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting. There's no like last hitting though, right? For
Oh no,
gold
no.
or whatever.
No, that would be crazy. That'd be crazy, Doc.
Our time together is over.
That is a really cool combo. I like it. So you're
Oh,
dying,
God.
bro.
I'm dying. I'm dying.
Who do you think the cheapest character in Overwatch is?
McCree.
Hostile thrall.
I think it's McCree for free because like, honestly, it's all they have to do is fix. In my opinion, like, and like for whatever that counts for, probably nothing. But I mean, like, the only thing that I want to see that I feel like needs to super change with McCree to
Sure.
make him fine is just the
You're gonna say the stun.
No, actually, what I'm gonna say is
Pistol fan?
fan the hammer.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah, I agree.
Fan the hammer just needs to not work that way.
It's just really good, and they actually already nerfed it. So if you do it, he used to just be able to do it and then reload and just do it again. Now he does it and like waits a second and then reloads, which I think is cool. But the problem with that character is you can front load so much of your damage with the ability to fan the hammer. Just even the reload is fine, but fan the hammer, roll, fan the hammer again. So like if you're on the back foot basically and somebody's coming at you and you flashbang them, fan the hammer, it's going to be a kill pretty much regardless of who they are. But let's say you miss the flashbang, you miss your stun BS skill shot that wins you 9 out of 10 engagements, you can just roll and fan the hammer again.
Yeah.
So even if you are able to play around his flashbang, you still have to be able to play around the second fan the hammer from the roll.
Yeah.
Which is just too hard. And like even if you aren't good at aiming, you can just spray that.
Yeah.
And if like 2 or 3 of those hit you, you're dead.
That's the problem is that fan the hammer is supposed to be like a quick desperation like I fire it out and like it just gets rid of everything that's in my clip and like
Sure.
I try to hit what's in front. I try to place a couple of shots on what's in front of me. What it ends up actually functioning as is a shotgun.
Yeah.
It ends up just being a shotgun. You just walk up close to someone. You put your cursor like somewhere in the middle of their center mass, and you just hit fan the hammer, and they die. And
Sure.
it's just like okay. I don't know.
Yeah, it's it'll be interesting to see them balance for that. I don't know if it's a problem in competitive, but there's so many different elements you need to balance for in that game. The competitive scene, just how things feel. Sometimes things just feel bad.
Yeah.
And you just kind of need to even that out. But then also playing McCree, you know, he's gotten pretty heavy nerfs since closed beta. His initial just left click was like a sniper rifle. You could
Oh,
just
yeah.
kill people. He was
Oh, yeah.
insanely good.
It was
he had-
ridiculous.
He had really good close quarters because of the flashbang fan the hammer, but he also had incredibly good long range. They've nerfed that a lot, so there's huge damage fall off once you start getting to long ranges. But still, headshots like pretty much one-shot people with that character. So he's definitely still good at pretty much all ranges. Obviously not against somebody like Widowmaker.
Bye, Randy.
But
Oh, jeez. What the heck? What the heck was killing me?
Widowmaker, I also see.
Oh, it was the sentry. The sentry was that close
Yeah,
to the
there we
door? That's what killed me. That was dumb.
All right, 5 minutes here, folks, then we're going to switch over to Overwatch.
Overwatch.
And we will have our debate at the top of the hour. We'll talk which we think is the better game. If you haven't guessed yet, then you have not been listening or have just tuned in. But let's take some questions on Twitter or Facebook or what have you.
So, the article that I put together for this. Oh, well, yeah.
I'm going to answer that guy's question in a second.
Go for it.
So this guy, Prezmek Brozek on Facebook would like to know. He pre-purchased the game. I assume he means Overwatch here like a year ago. And when you try login, it tells him no game license is found. What do? So you need to go to your email that you registered your account with, and there will be a message from Blizzard that says open beta key enclosed. You're going to have one for you and one for a friend. Enter the one for you, even if you have a beta license, like I was in the closed beta, and it was telling me no game license found, even though, I had purchased it a long time ago. But yeah, you need to enter that key. So that's how you solve that problem. Customer support at the ready. IGN.com.
Yeah, this wasn't the good thing for you to do, I don't think.
I think he's going to prove you wrong, buddy. Oh,
I
eat
don't
your
understand.
words.
How did he live, though?
Oh, the taunt. Oh, the BM.
But that doesn't
he's
make any
BMing
sense.
the crap out of you, dude.
Does he have a heal also? I
Maybe.
took off like 3/4 of his life all in one shot, and then like he just didn't die like when I kept hitting him.
Maybe just get good.
Yeah, that made no sense.
Yeah, this is a MOBA, man. That is the definition of a MOBA. When you get stomped by a character and then you go to play that character the following game. To be fair, I made you play it, and then you get stomped by somebody else. And you're like, how did that happen?
No,
So there are factors at play here that you just
I'm also being stupid by going after the meatiest
Sure.
target on the,
sure, but
on the
still,
board.
like you were able to burst his health down. I think maybe if you had retreated, waited for your cooldowns, and then done a burst again, then that may have been a better scenario. But your team was also right there. I don't know why they weren't killing him. Just blame your team. That's what I do.
Yep, the best way to do it.
Stupid team, what are you doing? Jack Kravitz says, which is clearly better? I just tuned in. We're going to have that debate in T-minus 3 minutes. So stick around for that. Throats will be torn out. Actually, consensuses will become too.
Oh, you're so dead. Marquis, you're the deadest. You're the deadest character that's ever deaded. Bye, buddy.
There you go.
More than I do.
An ally.
You're
That
doing
is
it,
the-
bro. You're
That
doing
is so brain dead.
Our enemies are attacking the mercenary camp.
Jamigo King says, too expensive for childish games.
Oh, Jesus. Tell us what you really think. Damn. It's harsh, son. It's harsh. Too expensive for childish.
Available for hire.
Jared Ausch says, I agree, it does look like a free-to-play. So we were talking about that a little bit earlier. It is a little bit strange that just it's kind of a staple of the genre that MOBAs and free-to-play kind of go hand in hand, which obviously isn't written in stone anywhere, but enough have done it to the point where it's a little bit strange when a $60 conventional release comes out that's a MOBA. And this, I would argue, is the primary game mode, but there is a single-player game mode that is more of a cooperative PvE dungeon experience. So maybe that justifies the cash. Maybe they just didn't want to have all these characters locked behind some kind of pay or achievement wall or what have you. Who knows? But I agree. It is strange. It reminds me just the slightest bit, you're going to hate me for saying this, of Evolve. Where it was a AAA development by a great studio, very talented guys. It was really cool. But it was like structured as a unconventional multiplayer only like online competitive game, and it was a $60 purchase. And it was just really that those worlds intersect so few times. I think the sole exception being Call of Duty,
But this is-
maybe Battlefield.
But this is where like I do feel like pushing back, like not on you per
Sure.
se, but like on the whole thing in general that I think is silly is like I don't like the whole emerging logic that if it's a multiplayer only game, well, that's not worth $60.
That's
Like,
true.
That's just the
That-
most ridiculous.
No, it is. It is.
Like-
and it's only because of games like League of Legends, games like Dota, and Smite, even Here's the Storm, like Blizzard. Blizzard is a very conventionally based payment model company. They're the guys who had you pay $60 for a game and then $15 a month and then subsequent additional costs for expansions. And they created Here's the Storm, which is a MOBA and is free to play. So I think that it's whether it's fair or not at this point is an expectation that the community has. for this.
Sure, and I guess that's the thing that I'm saying is that like I don't think that is a fair expectation. I think it's kind of like I'm like how did this become the norm that it's like because like I think it's hilarious because like if you look at a single player game, you know, like even if it's got a great campaign that you want to replay a few times over, like maybe you get like 30, 40
Sure.
hours out of it. Like
No, I know.
you know, if I mean I've put I've put many more hours than that into Dota.
All right, Vince, I
that's
just
things like-
realized
what's that?
it is the 2 o'clock mark. We are
Oh,
still in
boy.
Battleborn. We should stay here for the remaining 2 minutes of this match, but I think it's time. It's about time to have that conversation, if you can.
Jeez.
You can do 2 things at once. I'll start it.
So I just got triple teamed. That's
got
so
murked.
stupid.
Here we go. And on that
Yeah,
note,
I'm sorry. Like, yeah. So what? So
here we go. Battleborn versus Overwatch, top of the hour. We're going to be discussing how the games kind of pair off against each other and which we perceive to be better, but we should immediately sidebar that statement with the fact that these are not a one-to-one comparison. This game is much more of a MOBA. It has a single-player element.
and the fact that James Duggan is wrong.
Well, Vince has no idea what he's talking about, despite being a professional reviewer of video games. Overwatch is multiplayer only. There are less RPG elements of it, but
Fewer.
if you just play the two, compare them side by side, I can't help but feel Overwatch is the clear winner.
So here's where I will agree with you.
Sure.
Okay. Here's where I will agree with you. I think that the second to second, the feel of abilities and things in Overwatch, it just feels better, and that's totally true. There's no two ways about that, and I'm not even trying to say that's not the case. What is happening right now? Like,
These moments happen to an Overwatch, and this is another reason why we're comparing the two. They're both
I don't
first-person
have
shooters.
any. I really, you know what I wish this game had? A kill cam. I have literally no idea what happened. 1 second, it was 2-on-1, me
Interesting.
and
You know what does have a kill cam? Overwatch.
Overwatch. There you go. We settled it. We settled it. No, but here's what I think is the thing. Like, yeah, second to second, minute to minute, like the abilities, firing a gun, just your mobility options. It all feels so smooth and wonderful in
Sure.
Overwatch.
Sure.
It's way more fast. It's way faster. It's way more fluid.
Right.
So like if your question is like, hey, which game feels like great right the second when I pick up the controller?
Sure.
Overwatch or the mouse and keyboard, hands down Overwatch. So like on that level, I can totally understand why people would be like, this game is great and this game is garbage. Like I can understand why people would feel that way because
Sure.
like when you play, I don't know, Call of Duty next to Borderlands, which one has
Yeah,
the
right.
better shooting, right? Like which
that's
which
true.
one do you want to shoot a gun in more? Like definitely.
But those
Call of
aren't
Duty.
direct one-to-one analog comparisons.
Oh,
in
no,
the
they're
way
not.
that I don't. Obviously we said earlier this isn't a one-to-one comparison, but they are very similar. With their multiplayer only
Let's just see how I did.
modes.
Oh,
Alexia's gonna
Alexia
rob
was
us
like,
of that.
nope, you're not gonna see how you did.
So the other thing that I think Overwatch has the leg up on Battleborn, and this is the big thing that has sold me on it as opposed to Battleborn. Battleborn has the single player, and maybe it gets difficult and fun at some point. That's really cool. However, Overwatch has a community that I think is just going to be continuing to snowball and get bigger and bigger and bigger. The same that Hearthstone has, the same that Heroes of the Storm has. And even League of Legends, I don't think is an unfair comparison where there's going to be competitive play. There is going to be a big esports buzz around the game, and you can just feel it. And when you play it and pick it up, and the barrier for entry is so incredibly low on Overwatch, I'm going to hand this over to you because
Yep.
we're about to jump into the game that we're talking so much about.
Oh no, what happened?
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. It's just
Am I good?
yeah, nothing you need. It's just the power. Don't worry.
So here's the thing. You're totally right. I think that based it just entirely on their current trajectories, when you look at how popular the betas have been, just the general buzz and temperature of any given chat room or message board where these things are being discussed, it's pretty clear that Overwatch is going to have the better community.
Sure.
But I don't think that necessarily means that it has the richer high end of what play will look like. And when I say richer, I don't mean in terms of mechanical skill. Again, I mean in terms of that MOBA depth and decision making. Like when are you going to go for a mercenary camp? Who's going to, deciding, prioritizing who gets the giant shards.
So what you're
and in
saying is
what order.
Battleborn isn't this empty shell of what Overwatch is. It is still a game that is very well thought out. They have things going on in their multiplayer, decisions to be made, team tactics to be learned, and then they have this whole single player element as well.
Yeah, and I mean, like even notwithstanding the single player element, I mean, like yeah, the single player element's a part of it for sure. But I mean, it just like in terms of if I was gonna say like, is Overwatch a game that I can imagine a pro team sitting down, at a desk and being like, let's draw out a game plan. like to an extent, maybe a little bit.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? To an extent.
But a lot of it's reactive, and I think that that's another
exactly. It's all
excellent
reactive.
reason.
Exactly.
But that's great. That's the gameplay I'm looking for. I'm going to jump in right here.
Sure.
We're going to do quick play because the beta just came out last night, so I wasn't able to grind up to
We're gonna
10
see
to
some
do
of that
ranked.
pro level Tracer.
Actually, I've moved away from Tracer. So, quick note, and yes, this is totally me doing a safe thing here, as well as being a little bit of a pansy, but the MMR has carried over from closed beta, as far as I know, because I got matched against the same team that I've been losing to.
Some members of Cloud9.
A couple members of Cloud9 I was playing with last night. That doesn't mean that I'm good, because I'm not that great. It means I'm okay.
You
but
lost already?
I know. This is the funny thing about this.
Dude, you're the worst.
It literally counts as a defeat. I go into my score screen.
Oh,
my
that
defeat,
sucks.
I'm like 2-10 right now. It's bad. But I was consistently getting gold medals and stuff like that, and yet just getting totally wrecked. Their fairy using her hands to shoot rockets out, not even the gun initially. She ended up pulling it out. But yeah, so this is how bad I am in Overwatch. I immediately start playing and lose. I didn't get a card. That's weird.
Nah, man.
I'm gonna go ahead and rate that a negative.
There should be a card for you're reading it negative.
Dude, why not? Like,
You're
don't
an
match
animal.
me into a game that has been defeated.
Actually, no, you're right. That's true.
The matchmaking is very suspect in Overwatch so far, in my experience. Sure, like I can get countered on the forums all I want here,
You don't
but
even have stats.
I don't even have stats, dude. I'm the worst. Anyway,
You bad.
so that's a little bit. I mean, I think the same thing that both Battleborn and Overwatch have is the ability to make you rage
Oh, yeah.
immediately, as we just saw.
Oh, yeah.
But they're both games that I'm very much looking to sinking my teeth into. I've already sunk my teeth a little bit more here in Overwatch, and I highly recommend this. So this is the open beta. You'll be able to play it, and then I get dropped. So I get queued, I lose, and then I get dropped. Great. Thanks.
Great game, great experience.
I love how I'm trying to tell people you have a good game, Blizzard, and this is what you're showing me.
No, Blizzard doesn't have a good game. They have an excellent one. As
They,
far as,
they do. Yes.
As far as,
it is.
as far as I'm concerned.
And you can keep checking out IGN for all things Overwatch. We have a wiki. You can see all the character skins there.
My review will be
yep.
I'll be reviewing
You're
Overwatch
reviewing this game.
and my review will be well, I'll have a review in progress up on the 24th, which is the official launch of the game, just to make sure the servers are okay, A-okay.
Sure.
And then shortly thereafter, the full will post.
I think I just got dropped into another instant loss here.
Yeah.
I'm serious, Blizzard. Like,
Nice.
I don't know who designed your matchmaking, but so this is only
I've never actually seen this
piggybacking-
happen.
This is only piggybacking off of terrible, made me quit for a couple weeks matchmaking experiences in the closed beta because I continuously got matched against a single pre-made team despite downvoting them, and then it was just to the point where it was not fun to play the game because I knew if I queued up and ranked, I was just going to lose.
Huh. I've
Or queued
actually
up, I'm sorry, that was quick play, not unranked. I'm actually very curious to get to ranked because I think that's going to refine the MMR a little bit. But like, dude, look at this.
yeah, it's funny because this has actually never happened once to me.
It's happened a couple times to me. It
Yeah?
doesn't happen that frequently. I'm also not that heard about it, even though I appear to be. It's just like, let's go look at my win-loss, dude. It's bad. It's like
Ugh.
since the beta started last night, it's been putting me in Kobayashi Maru's constantly.
So we have a question from the North 15. Do you think Overwatch deserved the $40 price tag? I want to hear you answer this one.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Now, I will take that back in a second if Blizzard at any point during the release of this game, post-launch, allows you to pay money for a character.
Even if you can earn that character for free?
Even if you can earn that character for free. This is something that I think Blizzard has been spoiled on for World of Warcraft just because it had such a monopoly on that genre. But you don't get to charge every which way is Sunday. You don't get to charge for the initial purchase of the game, then added content. If you go in saying, look, we're going to have all these characters post-launch for free, you're going to pay an initial price, and then you don't need to worry about, why did I pick Genji? This is a terrible idea. This is not my home setup. But, yeah, I think the price tag is totally worth it, unless they decide to then release characters and have you have the option to pay for them, even if you can unlock them for free. I don't think that's fair, based upon what they've said earlier. Now, as it stands now, and with the idea that they are going to be continuously supporting this game, absolutely, I think this is even worth the $60 for the
Yeah,
Origin Edition.
I agree, and that's the thing that why I think your statement is a little bit odd. Is that like if you feel that what's in front of you right now is enough for your $40 or even
No,
$60
I
that
am
you
paying
spent.
$60 with the expectation that this is going to be a continuously supported experience. I'm not paying $60 for what's here. In part, I kind of am, but I'm paying $60 for the experience and the promise of this community, of this continuously evolving game, and I think that a conventional payment model for that is a blessing, as
But
opposed to
what's confusing to me about that then is that like so where do you feel that promise has come from? Like have they promised?
yes, they have.
Wait, they promised that there's going to be
They
a
have-
bunch of characters and then you're not going to have to pay for them.
I can't quote them like word for word, but yes, it's I believe it was a Blizzard
I'm not aware of
channel.
that. That's not something I've seen.
I'm pretty
Maybe I
sure
haven't
I
seen
could be incorrect, but so you will definitely be able to purchase like the aesthetic packs, and I'm
Oh,
fine
right,
with that.
right.
If that's a supplementary means to then fund the continued development of the game, fine. But I would be a little bit disgusted just if kind of the expectation, and I'm pretty sure it was said at some point. Somebody in the chat back me up, find it, source me, because I can't source myself right now. Too busy kicking ass as this ninja Genji. Let's see what my
Yeah, that's what I'd be
default
curious to see
spray
because
throws.
this is a common thing now. Is that like, you know, the whole equation of how does the developer continue to support the game and make new assets for free?
Sure.
You know what I mean? How does that happen? Can it happen? Is it reasonable to expect that it's going to happen? Like that's good eye to see that trap.
Oh, this guy's gonna. He does a lot of damage with a single hit.
Interesting.
So I'm gonna back
He
up
was just
there.
kind of dancing around on you there and without really doing anything for a second.
Yeah.
I think maybe what he was doing is he thought he was gonna be killed immediately and he was gonna try to just walk up to you and
Maybe so I think a lot of the times when you're playing
self-destruct?
Junkrat, the expectation is you're gonna hit your target. He's gonna die pretty immediately. But Genji is a pretty good matchup against him just because the deflect is very strong. It's very easy to. Oh, and my deflect is down as I say that.
Oh boy.
Oh, come on.
Ooh, that would have been a great fadeaway.
That would have been real nice.
That would have been nice.
I'm gonna go in here with low health because Junkrat's a scenario where you get hit and you die, or you don't get hit at all.
Right. So effectively, when you're fighting Junkrat, 18 health is not much different from 100 health.
Yeah. No, it's true.
Oh, there he goes.
There he goes. Junkrat is super spiky, and I love that about him. I actually think that character's in a really fun spot. He's fun to play against. He's fun to play. Now, Widow, on the other hand, I think Widow's a little bit pushed. She is the only sniper, but, like, there you go. Granted, I didn't have that much health, but a lot of the times
You also
she does
seriously
not-
committed there.
she does not lose her potency when you get close to her. That's a thing that a good Widow player does. And also, her ultimate, I would
Her ultimate's one
I
of the
would-
it's
I would
like
say-
top 3 in the game.
I would say it's maybe the best in the game.
Yeah, yeah.
And
it's
it's
very
something
good.
that I think initially you, and by the way, this is just kind of the way that you have to play Genji, in my experience. Just get in there.
I don't know, man.
There's-
You're committing
I'm
pretty
fine,
hard
dude.
right now.
What is May gonna do? Or
No, no,
Diva, rather.
no. I'm not saying you're not fine. I'm saying like
It's all about the harass.
Puppy power.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and
I don't know where that came from.
now I have a choice here.
Yeah,
I should probably capture the
Just
point.
get at least one pip and then get out.
Hold on
That's
a
what I would
second.
say.
Oh, look at that.
was
So that's an
not a
interesting
decision
thing
I
called
would've made.
interpolation delay. Now, what this is in games like Counter-Strike, you don't really notice this a lot because it's just hit scan going back and forth. But like, there you go. On my screen, I dashed in. On his screen, nothing happened, and he
Right.
stunned me.
Right.
And I can actually do one of these guys. And if you see in the upper right-hand corner, you can see the IND, or maybe it's the RTT. But anyway, a combination of those leads to an experience where a lot of the times something will happen on your screen and then not be repeated, basically, in the kill cam. And it's frustrating, I won't lie to you.
Oh.
Especially with, that's kind of what led me away from characters like Tracer. And Genji has one of those too with this E that blocks
Yeah.
stuff. We're just getting stomped. I have noticed my experience in Overwatch, with the exception of a lot of ranked games actually, which seem to be decently well balanced, it's either stomp or get stomped. There is no try.
Well, I don't
There-
feel that way so much on these maps, but I definitely feel that happening a little bit. Oh man, brutal.
Yeah, this guy's really good.
I do feel like that happening a little bit on the what are they, the capture point maps?
Yeah, this is one of those.
Oh, no, no,
Oh,
not
oh,
capture,
I know
the-
what you're
the-
talking about.
You know, I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, the checkpoint.
Yeah, yeah.
Not the checkpoint maps. I don't even know.
I actually think the best maps in the game are King's Row, Route 66, I really like the escort maps. I think those are
Yeah,
some
the
nice
escort
ones.
maps are great.
This guy's gonna. Oh.
Man.
That was fun. I'm not entirely sure what happened there. I was going in there expecting the flashbang straight away, but he ended up dying. so I kind
You
of
really
burned
love
my-
to go in, man.
You got to go in this Genji. Genji goes big or he goes home. I'm going to go ahead and switch it up as we are just getting absolutely whooped. And I'm not going to do anybody any favors. with
Yeah,
this.
do we have a tank? Yeah. Oh, kind of.
Yeah, this guy's fine. We could probably use another support. Again, there's only 60 seconds left, so let's go ahead and strut our stuff. what
Oh,
we can do.
no. Oh, no.
I really like playing the offense characters because they are oh god, immediately off to a bad start. They are characters that you either just dominate with or it's kind of lukewarm.
Ooh,
So against a sniper like this, playing Zenyatta, which we have on our team, playing Tracer, they're all risky prospects because she has wall hacks pretty much 100% of the time because of how good she is and how quickly she can charge her ultimate.
yeah.
And she's really good on top of that. So, like, she can body shot, one-shot Tracer. She can body shot, one-shot
Zenyatta.
Zenyatta.
Yep.
I think Widow's not a problem on the low end, but my God, is she just in every game.
Oh, yeah.
Let's
Like,
get outta here. And I really have, like, I have no way to get up there as Tracer. Genji, I could get up there and maybe start.
You're going to force overtime, though.
Yeah, I'm going to force overtime. Though she's making that. Oh, no, I missed it.
That was
come
the
out of
moment,
that.
dude.
I know. I'm just going to be a jerk a little
Yeah, you're
bit
just
there.
trying to harass them. And
I'm actually going to leave out of this, and this is why I'm not a fan of the matchmaking. Like, people can say I'm crying, what have you. Blizzard can pretend it's not a problem, but at the end of the day, I have a poor experience frequently. I don't get matched into games that I feel that our team is equal or could compete with the other team, and that to me spells poor matchmaking.
See,
And
now
this
I
is
haven't-
over hundreds upon hundreds of games of experience. So
See, I haven't had that same experience. I've always felt like I'm always in the game that I'm in, that I'm playing. But also, I think that you've been in a situation where you played very
thank you.
avidly for a certain amount of time,
Sure.
and that puts you in an MMR bracket with a very certain few other, kind of other
I guess
people,
That-
and
but-
now you're just kind
but
of stuck
like-
at a high
But
MMR.
let's check this out for a second. Let's go to my career profile, and let's check out. It says win 7 here, which is weird because if we go to stats, we can see games played, games won. So I definitely don't have seven wins. I have 3. So I'm not sure what this win stat means. But anyway, you know what? That may be ranked, which is weird because I don't have it unlocked. But here we go. That's
Yeah, and
I mean,
competitive,
this is
they-
a very small percentage, but that is far from 50-50. And I find a lot of the times when I either queue as a pre-made or queue solo, I will get matched against the inverse, which is the #1 matchmaking no-no. And I feel like Blizzard should have a lot of experience with this from things like Heroes of the Storm. And I could just be ranting here, but I don't know. It's been a pretty widely talked about topic over the community. The core game is great when you get into a game that's really good back and forth, but a lot of the times what ends up happening, at least in my experience so far or recently, has been stomp or be stomped.
Interesting. Yeah, I the other thing that's curious about it, right? When you think about it, is like I don't know if quick play in most games, historically to me,
Sure.
has meant like there is no matchmaking. You're just getting thrown
Sure.
into whatever we want to throw you in. And I always kind of thought like competitive play mode was Overwatch's analog to actual like formally ranked play where they only put you with people of your skill.
I think it is, but I don't have the option to do that right now, first of all.
Right.
And secondly, this is the 3rd or 4th match in a row that I've got placed in an active game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know, dude. Like, at some point, what's going on? And
The beta just came back.
That's true.
Maybe this is how things are.
But, like-
maybe this is the state of it at this
you
point for
miss
the
all
open
those
beta.
fans there. But also, like, at some point, how about I just get a mark on my account for a second that says, don't put this guy in an active game because he's just been in 5. Like,
Right.
where's that algorithm? I feel like the quick match algorithm is, are these players online? Yes, then match.
Ooh, that wasn't very nice of you, dude.
I know. Pop, 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 pop. That's how you got to get him.
In the back too.
In the back. I have no remorse for killing Reaper.
I love how that Roadhog just watched you gun down his teammate.
He's like, ah.
He's like, oh, well,
Takes a little
his
puff of
fault
his
for
inhaler.
overextending. Right? Love it.
Oh my God, there should totally be a Roadhog skin that has an inhaler and like
Oh,
glasses.
yeah.
And he just goes,
Dude, that would be so good. Be so freaky. So ooh. Yeah, so someone in the Twitch chat. What's up, Twitch? Talk to us if you guys
call me bad.
have any questions, comments.
They say
Want to talk about
QQ
how
nerd.
handsome James is.
Say QQ nerd.
QQ nerd.
It's fine.
But someone in here earlier, farther up in the chat, I lost it. But someone said that Battleborn reminds them of Brink. I'm like, oof.
Ooh,
That's
yeah,
a deep
rough.
cut. That's a deep cut. That's like a half a step away from an insult.
Oh, dude, that's a full-on insult in my opinion. Dude, I was so excited for Brink. I
Me
remember,
too. My God,
remember
when I
just
saw the
being-
first gameplay trailer for it, I was like, this is gonna be the greatest game ever made. I was like, oh my God.
I know it looked really, really good.
I was losing my
And then,
mind. over
God, it
Brink.
just wasn't. That was a strange series of events. Let's
Which
go
is
ahead and
funny.
Pop our ult here. Oh, pop. Just gonna spend that almost immediately. Oh, I will be
no.
frozen.
Yep. I love when May's ult comes out and you just start. You're in it and you're like, I'm just gonna
I'm
start
dead.
bunny hopping, bunny
I'm
hopping,
dead,
bunny
I'm
hopping.
dead,
No,
I'm
I'm not going anywhere. Just jumping and jumping and jumping. So we're gonna be losing our good friends on Facebook
True.
shortly. But I want to say thank you for joining us.
And I also want to say, go to Twitch. Google Twitch IGN, click that, or go to IGN.com.
that's right, Twitch.
Or go to YouTube.com/IGN.
Yes.
And you can see us all there and keep chatting with us. We're going to be playing Overwatch for another 40 minutes here or so. And we will jump into a discussion at some point about why Overwatch is not a MOBA and what
Yeah.
that classification means.
Oh my God, there's so many reasons it's not. What's that?
Probably like 5-10 minutes, I would say. If that's a possibility. If not, don't worry. They can. If you want to see how this match where we were getting stomped the last time ends, who knows?
The world may never know. Bye, guys.
See ya. Bye,
Bye,
Facebook.
bye, Facebook
Everybody
people.
else, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah, let's start over at the beginning.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Now that all those Facebook weirdos are gone,
Ugh.
commenting
Ugh.
with non-random accounts that are actually their real identities. Isn't that bizarre?
Oh my God, that's gonna be such a bad day.
There we go. A little
Oh
mercy
my
action going on.
God.
May is dangerous.
May is really
She's-
scary.
She's very scary. She was initially a little bit.
She was a little underpowered at first.
Yeah, she was.
She needed a little bit of help.
Whoop. Get out
Oh
of my
my
way,
God.
other person.
I cannot believe you missed that fan the hammer.
Well, yeah, Farrah got in my way and knocked my character model around.
Oh, you're back in there.
I am.
Make it count. Yeah, there you go. Ooh.
Ult spam.
It always happens in these maps.
It's true.
In the-
Let's see what else. I'm going to go ahead and make the bold Junkrat play here. Because I think that he's going to be... There's a really nice little overhang that not a lot of people utilize on this map.
and you can get to it with the remote bomb.
I can, but I'm actually just going to go this way because that looks like not a great time in that particular direction. Just up these stairs.
Junkrat is a character that I've come to appreciate more and more and more as time has gone on. Like he's a perfect example of like Blizzard's design philosophy where
Grabbed through the platform.
Get wrecked. Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, these guys are good. I've noticed getting matched against really good players recently. Blizzard, I'm not that good. Drop my MMR, please. FFS.
No, but it's he's a really great example of Blizzard's design philosophy where
Sure. Oh,
seemingly where
What
kind
the
of
hell is...
where every single part of a character's toolkit has kind of multiple uses, you know, and is more than it just seems. And there's so
it's
much so much design that goes into
which I believe is epitomized by his shift, which is his little, like, deployable C4-ish bomb.
Yep.
We're going
But-
to lose here. I'm going to go ahead and stick through this match and see if I just get matched perfectly against these 6 gentlemen here. And if not, maybe we'll dip out.
What a
But
jerk! Just wrecking stuff. That seems
Yeah, I
like what Junkrat would do, though.
You got to
but, like-
get your frustration out some way.
But like, you know, seeing Junkrat as a defensive character, right? Like, part of that is those remote bomb is the timed grenades because they're not that great in direct combat unless you really lead your target and you're really good with hitting them.
Sure.
Or unless you're fighting against someone who's a big body and you can easily hit those shots. But what's really scary about them is that you, even from like halfway across a map, like you just lob them towards where an objective is, and they just sit there blinking red, and people don't want to go there. Like they just see the red. Like, it's a subtle design choice like that. If they don't make them blink red,
Right.
then like he's not an effective defensive character, or he's a less effective defensive character. But because of a subtle visual thing, like hey, we're gonna make these bombs flash red, it's like people are like, okay, that's a place I don't go right now.
Yeah.
There's like this.
It's really
Blizzard
hard. It's really
understands
hard.
that.
If he aims right at you, it's actually really hard to get out of the way, despite the slow movement speed. of
If you're
the
close enough,
projectile.
yeah. If you're close enough.
And
But
those
just-
things hit hard. So
Oh,
you
yeah.
see me rate the match negative here. I just want to stipulate my algorithm for rating matches. If it was a complete dominant victory, either by my team or the enemy team, I rate it negative. If it was a close match, I rate it positive. There is
what
no
gets a
nothing. That option may as well not exist. I don't know.
You're hot and cold. It's all or nothing with you.
Okay, so the teams have changed, so that was not a pre-made. You know,
Nice.
it's really fun to play on this match.
Aw, Farzini says, "You guys are awesome. I love you, Vince."
Thanks.
Thanks, Farzini. You're awesome too. He said us guys.
No, I know, but yeah, you are awesome, Vince. It's okay. I get it.
Oh,
Look at this cool skin I got.
that's pretty rad.
Again, the Origin Edition.
Oh, nice.
I will say, Overwatch is a game when you play on PC and you play at a very active level. That when you change setups, you totally understand that whole thing about the pros being like, "This isn't my setup. I can't."
Right. No, totally, dude. Totally. I totally agree with you. Like, sometimes I've had to play on stream, and that first 10 minutes where I'm like, why am I so terrible? Oh yeah, because I'm me. But also because, yeah, this I didn't set this properly to my settings. Yeah, it's you can definitely feel it very strongly, especially with those more hit scanny, heroes like McCree and
Yeah,
stuff.
McCree's projectile-based heroes are not as and there's a lot of projectiles in this game. Those are actually more difficult to calculate in terms of their interpolation. And that's
Yep.
going to shut me down mighty quick.
Yep, you might as well switch characters.
No, I'm gonna try and overcome that. We don't have a Widow on our team, so I have to be the one to counter the Widow.
Oh, that's true.
You
Actually,
know what? I should probably just start maining Widow, because more often than not, I find myself faced against a Widow that locks me out of selecting half the cast of the characters.
Yeah, I mean, and it doesn't only have to be another sniper that takes care of Widow. It can be any kind of disruptive attacker that can get behind enemy lines and flank her.
Oh, I missed. I whiffed that, but she's whiffing her shot, so I think that may be a kill on our.
Oh, yeah, Discord orbed. Ooh, your buddy, your boy,
Yeah.
Symmetra, Zenyatta rather.
Good character.
Yeah, I mean, they've nerfed him pretty hard, but
As they should have. He
he's
was
still pretty good.
wrecking house.
No, I mean, like, but I think what they did is a little bit. I think what they did is weird because like it kind of makes him not good at what he was good at before.
Oh,
Ooh, nice. Bye.
there's the.
He was
Widow.
like, die, and you were like, bye.
The Widow's like, I'm gonna shoot you once, not in the head, and to get a kill. No, it's gonna be a headshot. Nice shot. That was a good shot. It's funny, like I too am bothered by characters that are very easy to play, but Widow is not one of those characters. She's,
Oh, no,
like,
no,
sniping
no.
is by no means easy. That being said, there is an abundance of very good Widow players in a lot of games. So let's go ahead and see what we can do. Just
I
backing
do
up on
think
cover,
that
which is
there's-
very good play for her.
I do think there's some kind of a slight.
Good hit on her.
I don't want to say it's not an auto aim, but like I think the hitboxes are just a little bit fudged.
They are pretty big.
for Widow, because like I am no sniper, and even I can pull off like
Sure.
some pretty good shots when I
Once
decide
again,
to mess around with her.
my team gets stumped. Gold in eliminations with 2 eliminations. That's how you know we're doing very well.
Oh god, you've got the gold with 2 eliminations. That's a bad look.
This is a bold move going sniper on a stream, but here we go. Here we are. It's happening.
Well, the nice thing about this is that because of the switch play here, they're not going to be looking for a Widow. That Widow's not going to know what.
For just about a second. Jeez, Noah Star key. Oh, we got the point.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you'll be able to surprise her. She has no idea that you're.
I'll probably still die though, Vince. Watch.
Shh.
There's the first whiff. Second whiff. Third whiff.
Yeah, godlike.
It's my mouse. The sensitivity is all weird. I can't. What?
It's the.
There we go. Thanks,
Um,
Alexio. Your support means the world to me. Oh, come on. I totally clicked.
She still got you.
Still got me. Clicked right on her head.
Oof.
I don't know, man. I feel like I clicked before that. No way to find out. No, my ping's all good.
So, interesting. That wasn't a headshot though, was it?
I don't.
Were you
no,
at full?
it
Were you,
would need to be.
were you at full health?
I'm not sure.
If you were at full health, it would have needed to be, right?
Perhaps not. I believe so. It's always a risky play, like not looking out for just the Widow, but I'm done by that.
Sounds like it's a wasteland in there right now.
It is. Probably totally sucks.
Oh yeah, good luck hitting a tracer.
It can happen.
Oh god, that's so good. It feels
I
so
like,
good.
I like
when-
doing that. Bam.
It's so.
Point to trigger overtime.
It feels so very good when you.
My team leader has given me an objective. I must.
Oh, okay, do it. Why is this working?
Widow's stupid.
You're like, oh, okay, gotta go to the point. You just mow down 3 characters.
I'm on fire.
That
Take care of
is
that Farrah business.
that is my favorite ult to shut down.
Oh, it's so good. It's very easy to shut down.
Yeah. Whenever I hear justice, Rick.
It's she hardly gets through the sentence before it's destroyed.
I'm like, I hear justice.
Oh, here comes
It's
a Widow.
time to kill justice.
Slow-mo Widow.
Let's see.
The easiest Widow.
Job.
We
So-
did it. We won a round, Vince.
Nailed it.
gonna go ahead
I've
and-
always believed in you, James.
I'm going to go ahead and assume the enemy Widow is going to switch, which is never a safe assumption.
And go for some counterplay.
Yeah, for some fair action. I really just want to play her and not be shut
No,
out
I
of
mean,
the sky in 2 seconds.
I really like
Remember your training?
Reaper as a counter to Widow.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, that's
like
true.
last cannon support here. He puts on an orb on you.
So the problem with that is, I'm actually just going to go ahead and mute mics so this doesn't distract me. Sorry, team. I love you.
Killed you.
Bye.
What the hell?
What the?
Yeah.
This guy's voice is so strong that.
Right?
Oh, it's not in-game voice yet. To put in-game voice back.
Oh, I won't be able to hear stuff, huh?
Give people the show they want.
Justice reigns from
You
above.
gotta have the justice. Ah!
So this is a great map to play fair on, unless there's a Widow, which there is. That's okay. We can still have a good time.
Oh
having
boy.
a good time, having a good time.
The duel of the rockets. Who's gonna win it?
I'm okay. I'm all right.
This is such a pretty map.
Oh, it's gorgeous. I love it.
Oh, nice, dude. She's like, yeah, I showed that Farrah. She's not coming back here anytime soon. Ooh,
Oh, I wish I had my E up right now. I would totally kill that McCree. Just gonna do a sweet fakey stall 900 on top of that.
Yeah, she doesn't get fuel back for her hover anymore when she's
No,
on curved
God, that
surfaces
was,
like
that
that.
was good. Oh, I cleared the area. I almost cleared myself right off that ledge.
System repaired.
One of the things I love about Overwatch is that they give you.
that was a nice unexpected midair.
Oh my god.
Get in the hole.
Oh yeah, that would have been a nice basket. He's gonna die anyway.
No. Oh, yeah.
Got
it
him.
is.
Got him. Yeah, right now it doesn't seem like there's anyone checking you in the skies, man.
Yeah, Widow's playing it undercover, which means she can't hit me as well as. Actually, I'm not even sure she's on the team anymore. Maybe I switched off.
Oh!
Oh, it's high noon though. I gotta get out of
Get
that.
out of there, get out of
Nice. Probably gonna come around a corner.
I think you're good. I think
know.
you're fine. It's not high noon anymore.
It's always high noon.
I love with that the concussive shot with her and like
it's
knocking
very
dudes off
fun.
of ledges. It feels so good.
Yeah, I've noticed there are more and more ledges and Sparta pits in the game, which I am a huge fan of. I actually saw a Lucio crawl out of one that I had knocked him into.
Oh, really? With the wall run?
Yeah, because
That's
you
dope.
can just do that since it's not necessarily an issue. Yeah, there's the Widow. I'm gonna keep aiming this guy. Oh, maybe not. You know what I can still do though? Oh, if I hadn't whiffed. I got stunned even though I was in the air. The tremors were so intense on the ground, they shook the air and I got stunned.
You got face hammered. They really they really had to adjust that ultimate quite a bit.
They did. Yeah. I have my ultimate, so we'll see if we can make some magic happen here.
Yeah, or if you're just gonna get Justice killed.
Probably. That's. I mean, I
Justice.
pretty much have to make sure the widow is not a thing.
Justice. Woo.
Ah, that close to kill her. I really just wanted to kill her with it, but that ult is just so easy to stop. I telegraphed that.
What? I called it, right?
Yeah, you did.
Justice. Wow. I love
Yes, it's true.
I love this game. This game's too funny. 2/60ths says, "Hey, how's everyone doing?"
Pretty good.
Doing
Pretty good.
man.
Oh no, it's high noon. I don't want it to
Oh no, it's lunchtime. I don't want lunch.
be. No lunch for me.
No
Thanks.
lunch for me. Oy, oy, oy. Oy, oy, oy. Let's go back to. Let's check out the Twitters. Is anyone?
Do it, bro.
What's popping on Twitters? What's popping on the Twitters? Oh, okay. So, so this nut named Chastity.
Huh?
I think it's Chastity.
That's a
Says,
weird
"Hi,
name.
big fan here. Can I get a shout out from these charming boys? And should I play this game?"
Oh yeah.
Who do you think that is?
Oh,
I think
sounds cool though.
think that. Hi,
Sounds real
Chastity.
cool.
That's good old Chastity. She's the
That's our-
she heads
Oh!
up our Snapchat
Look at my sweet
division,
lunch. She is. She's our ace Snapchat producer.
churning out the content every day for those Snapchat
There's a
Discovery
lot of
editions.
videos.
Churning out great content.
Yeah. Solid stuff.
Thanks for watching, Chastity. Yay!
Victory! We did it, boys.
Yeah.
Look at those. Look at those bronzes.
Yeah.
Just gonna brush my shoulder off here.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, bro. Q of the game goes to. Oh, no, it's not his ult. Look at this. This is just some good old-fashioned shotgunning.
This is interesting. Potato King. What's up, Potato King? On Twitter, it's like, if Vince plays No Man's Sky, I bet he'll get to the center of the universe after so long and simply see Wrath from
Yeah.
Battleborn. He's just there.
That'd be
The gravitational pull of his spinning is what's keeping the universe together. That would make me miserable.
Doolittle Soldier 76. He's seems to be on every team though. So.
Oh shoot! Potato King's calling you out, dude.
What do you say?
Says, yo, those Facebook people with their real identities, James.
I'm out.
James, are you saying that you don't believe that I'm the Potato King?
I don't know, man.
You don't want to cross the Potato King, James.
No, you don't.
It's a bad idea.
I watched True Detective.
You'll be sleeping with the fishes
That
tonight.
was the Yellow King, but still, I'd assume that they're similar. I'm gonna go ahead and pick the assault character on the defense here.
The Azult. The Azult.
The offense on the defense.
I'm gonna hop back over to the YouTube.
Let's have a discussion,
YouTube.
Vince.
Oh boy.
Let's talk about why
Oh,
Overwatch is
God.
not a MOBA. We said Battleborn was a MOBA. Why is Overwatch not a MOBA?
There are so many reasons it's not a MOBA.
There are so many reasons.
For one, because
But look at all these characters that I
Right.
can choose. Clearly a MOBA.
like obviously a MOBA, except for the fact that it's not in any way a MOBA because you can switch between those characters on the fly at any point during a match, and you can even have duplicate. Not only can you have the same character on opposing teams, you can have duplicates of the same character.
You can have 6 soldiers.
You can have 6
which
soldiers.
is actually one of the
76.
better if you're going to go with a cheesy comp. That
Yeah,
or Torbjorn.
that's actually
is one of the better ones.
pretty solid. Yeah, that's actually pretty solid because you have lots of healing, you have ranged DPS.
Sure.
Um,
So in addition to all of that, there is no in-match progression. I think
Right.
is the biggest thing.
That's the other big thing is that you don't level up. You know, you don't start as like a level 1 Soldier 76 and then become a level, 20 Soldier 76 later on. There are no resources to manage.
Also, the objectives are dynamic. Sometimes you're pushing points, sometimes you're capturing points, sometimes it's a capture and hold scenario. So
Right. And also I think a key part of that, kind of piggybacking about objectives, is that really in Overwatch, objectives are just a way to focus where the killing of other players happens. You know what I
Sure.
mean? Like, whereas playing different objectives, choosing when to play what objective and when to make a play for which one, and how much you want to give up in order to push that objective, is a big part of a MOBA, and like that's just not the way you engage with objectives in Overwatch. In Overwatch, when you're on offense, what do you do with the objective? You run to it.
Ooh.
You run to it and you stay near it, and you fight there.
that's true.
Like,
yeah,
you know.
it's. I think the much closer analog here is a game like Team Fortress 2.
Yeah.
even potentially Counter-Strike, I think is more of a fair
Absolutely.
comparison than a game like League of Legends. Oh, there's another soldier there. We will fight.
We will duel to the death. There can be only one. Actually, there can be up to 12. But
Yeah,
it's
there
fine.
could be 12 soldiers.
12
Yeah,
is just one with
what
a
are you
2
doing
after
up
it.
here, guy? Don't ult me. Ah, taken down.
If only you hit your the
He just a
helix.
little bit sooner. Oh no, yeah, the helix would have killed him.
Would have killed him for sure.
Did I get hit with the helix? I did.
Yep, you did.
Yeah, the helix is a big part of.
Landing helixes is what makes or breaks his kill potential.
It's true.
Especially when you see a squishy somewhere, like you flank an enemy formation, and you see a squishy just
Check this out.
stand there healing. Yep,
Bam.
like that.
Case in point.
Case in point. And my God, that ult is so good.
The ult is pretty good. Though I've noticed there are ways to play around it. Like it. I mean, obviously getting behind cover is a quick way. Believe it or not, this is a counter pick to Pharah.
Yeah, no, it is. Totally is.
It's got some good anti-air potential. Oh, there's the ult coming down
Yep.
from the other soldier.
Want to get out of that situation.
Okay, I'm getting close to mine.
Oh,
so I'm gonna go ahead.
dude, you got an easy shot on Mercy there.
Oh, do I?
Yep. You had one anyway. There you go. Oh. Yeah, make it happen, dude.
Oh, where's the? Nice.
Nice, dude.
That's it. Oh,
Uno, dos, tres. That's how it's done.
it's a good ult.
I like it.
It's a very good character to play if you are not super familiar with the game, and even if you are, honestly, he's still very good. I like that. I like that he's the kind of transitional character, but he doesn't fall off to the high end.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like that's something that I think.
Get
the
out of my
game
way,
does-
dude.
Oh my God. It's like he didn't want you to live or something.
I know.
Weirdo.
So there is unit character collision in this, which I have mixed feelings about. I don't believe that there's friendly anymore. I think there may have been at some point, but
At some point there was friendly, but I
I do
gone
think
now.
it's a good idea to have the enemy you collide with the enemy team's models.
Oh
So,
sure, absolutely. Like they should be able to physically take up space and stop you and impede you.
Number 1 in the elims. Some sweet shoutouts there. I love getting that helix behind there. Oh, there's the Widow.
Wait,
The
no, not
bane
even,
of my
not even with the
existence.
sniper rifle. Not even going sniper rifle status. She was like, you know what? Oh no, she
no,
was.
she did.
It was with
She
the.
went straight up.
Oh, you know what it was? I think right after she killed you, she unscoped and was like just firing regular. So I got confused.
Sometimes that's a good strat too.
Yep. Not from that range, but yep. Yep. Overborn. Battlewatch.
I like Overborn better.
This is my fault
There's
for
funnier
putting that in the article.
Connotations.
Louis Philippe Bourret. Hey Vince, maybe you guys can talk about Paragon as well. What are your thoughts when adding Paragon into the comparison mix? Have you played Paragon?
I have. It's an extreme MOBA. It is a classic MOBA. As where I think Battleborn would be maybe riding the line in between MOBA and non-MOBA. But oh, that Mercy needs to die. She did.
I think it's so cool they re-recorded Mercy.
The what?
I think it's so cool they re-recorded Mercy.
What do you mean?
Her voice. Her
Oh yeah, they did. They did.
Yeah.
There's also that's true. There's also different voices for different skins and whatnot.
Yeah. Not that I didn't like Mercy's voice before. Not that I thought it was bad. It's not that it was bad at all. But they just
Damn.
really wanted someone who could speak German so that she could
Sure.
speak in German in her native language. And I think it's such a cool little flavor. Especially in a game in a multiplayer. Like I've become so increasingly interested over the last couple of years in storytelling through in a multiplayer setting.
Mm.
You know, and
This
how
game
you do
does
that.
a brilliant case study.
Does
of
a
that.
really good job of it, and that's
Oh, there's some lag.
and there's and that's one of the that's one of the reasons is that like they realize that like hey, the person's voice and the sound of their voice and what nationality, you know, what language they speak even is an opportunity to tell a story, you know.
Sure.
Having her speak German says something about who she is and where she's from.
Oh, he wasted it.
Oh.
I got countered. Got the counter sights. Still worth. Still good.
He did very little with that ult though.
No, I had already been brought down by some McCree shots, so he just needed to tap me.
Yep. Just needed to tap it.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to try Paragon because I love me MOBAs.
It's
some MOBAs.
it is very very pretty.
I absolutely love MOBAs and ooh, nice. The
That wasn't entirely
Wombo combo. No,
I'm just gonna get shot.
I'm a
No.
huge fan of MOBAs, and so anything that takes the MOBA mindset or blueprint and kind of adapts it into a little bit more of a fast-paced, slightly easier to play, slightly less of a time commitment scenario makes me happy.
Yeah, it's I think Brandon was a big fan of it. It's definitely a crowded space, and it's a bold entry from a company that hasn't released a whole lot recently as well.
Yeah, and it's funny because they kind of have a claim to stake, right? I mean, like they they're one of the original heavies of the multiplayer PC
Sure.
game space. So, oh, that would have been so sweet. I wanted to
would've
see
been
that pop so bad. Oh no, that's not a situation you want to be in.
Oh, I could probably still be okay.
Oh yeah, you can like live, but I don't know if that's the.
Oh, he's going in.
Bye.
He's gonna hide. Anytime I go in this little under area, I usually seem to die.
Yeah.
He's gonna heal up for a second. There's no health down
Continue.
here. This is the old spawn base. For when the payload does not reach this area.
Oh, that's right.
It feels like there should be health down there, but I'm
Oh,
actually
get her.
not. Oh boy. Yeah. Doesn't even have to aim. You just right click.
Tremendous skill. Tremendous.
You just
skill.
right click with that character.
Tremendous skill. Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
high level.
Yeah, that was good.
High level McCree play
Impressive.
there.
If Cloud9 is watching.
He sure did hit right click.
No one can
Yeah.
He sure right clicked.
He right clicked harder than I left click.
Yep. I really like the accuracy change they made to Soldier.
I've got you in my sights.
Nice, dude. Nice.
Boom. Cleaning it up.
Nice. The trip.
It's really easy to aim when you have auto aim.
Oh
is
yeah.
What I've learned with Soldier 76.
Pro strats from James Duggan. Actually, you've put out a little bit of strategy goodness, right? You've been doing. I think. Have you done a whole series, or is it just one?
Yeah.
60
So it's
strategy?
more. It's very beginner entry level stuff, and
Uh-huh.
it covers the roles in the game, which are kind of a beginner analog. Oh, that was bad. To introduce you to what offense characters mean, what defense characters mean. I think I got this asshole.
I thought you were gonna hit that helix.
I kind of did.
I was looking for it to come off cooldown. I was like, ooh, he's 1 second away. He's 1 second away.
He's stayed put. That was a much better strategy than running all over the place. Oh, he healed all the way back up. I would have had that. My heal was also off cooldown there, or on cooldown. Oh!
Hi-oh. All right,
Character
we got like
animation's bugging out.
12 minutes left.
Oh, by quick.
Hopefully, yeah. Time seems to fly when you're playing Overwatch. I'll say
It
that.
does. It does do that.
I wonder if maybe. I think you'll be able to finish this and maybe do one more.
Oh, I'll probably be able to do one more. One more round at the very least.
Yeah.
A little healing action up in here.
Yeah, like honestly, like now I'm watching you play Overwatch, and I'm like, ooh, I want to play Overwatch. I wanna play
It's
some Overwatch.
fun. It's fun.
It's so fun. But like, but yeah, then I also still have the itch to go back and like I'm so salty about how that Montana turned that engagement around on me when I was Wrath, and like I'm still thinking about it. I'm just like, how did he do that? And, like I wanna know why he was alive. It might have been an item he had equipped too. That's what I didn't look at his loadout. I love having to think about all these things. Watch out for that that guy.
Oh,
Yep.
he does. Thankfully, that ult doesn't even do a ton of damage, so it's very nice.
He is a beefy target. Nice. That's the. You're a smart man, James. Oh, please die.
Oh, he
no,
did his.
No.
It's gonna get out of that.
Abort.
See what happens.
One down.
It's coming
One
off.
teammate down.
Is that him over there? Yeah, it is.
Wow, Mercy got back
Get in
into
here.
the game quick.
She definitely did. Oh, that was McCree. Not sure where that soldier
No
ran
one
off to.
can hide from my sight.
Oh, beautiful.
Ooh, missed that helix. That sucks. That really evens the playing field once you. Miss the
Yeah,
helix.
yeah. If you don't have Helix, Yeah, if you don't have Helix when you go up against as Soldier 76, if you don't have Helix.
Oh, I missed the health.
Oh, the worst skill shot to miss. It's lunchtime.
It is lunchtime. Oh, his health came back.
Get out of there. Overtime. I love that voice for overtime.
It's pretty good. We'll see. I'm pretty sure they're going to get it here. Our team kind of got wrecked.
I like.
Oh, we won.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how that happened.
Nice.
All he had to do was tap the point. Interesting.
Aye, aye, aye. Philippe Beaulieu Savard says, are there levels for your characters in Overwatch?
Nope. So there are achievements that are linked to like some aesthetic spray rewards, but that's about where that ends. And actually, that was decently close. I'm gonna leave this game. I'm gonna open a loot box, show you just a little bit of the customization. We'll jump in, try and get one more quick game in, and then we'll see where we get cut off. Nothing but blues for me so far, but that's a cool McCree skin.
Oh, that's
Go
nice.
ahead and equip that. So
Nice.
yeah, so we have this whole hero gallery, and basically you can go to any of these guys, and let's say playing Reinhardt's your thing. You can either unbox these really awesome skins, or you can craft them. This one's got to be my favorite.
This is definitely a place where Overwatch does have Battleborn really beat.
Yeah.
The skins in Battleborn are literally just palette swaps of the characters.
Yeah, and this affects the gun, though you can't see it in every preview here. But like, we can go here. There's a this is a Gundam-inspired one.
Oh, nice. Oh, wow, yeah.
It's nice.
That's
Some good stuff.
super sick.
All right.
You should play against the AI for your last game.
Hell no. You know what I will do though? I will do the weekly brawl, which is going to be mystery heroes. So I believe it's just random pick. It's kind of a
You
random.
want to do that to close this out?
It's a good way. Yeah.
Okay.
Try something I haven't tried. That's what Overwatch is all about. So yeah, those class videos. Basically, you have offense, defense, tank, support, and what those are they're just suggestions. They're not hard archetypes. They're not like we need X offense heroes or X defense heroes, or even X support. Well, supports you kind of do need one or two of, but it's to give the player an idea of what that character entails. So I think there are some outliers, like McCree, for instance, stands out as a character that isn't extremely mobile, yet still classified as offense.
Right.
In defense, I think maybe Junkrat. No, he's pretty good in defense. I guess maybe more support Zenyatta. He's almost kind of a sniper in a way. He can really do a ton of damage, but this is taking too long, so I'm going to back out and just do a quick play.
Yeah, just a quick play. Yeah, it's interesting. I was even saying before about Junkrat, like the idea of what a defender does can be very broad. Like it's not just about like, hey, do you put up walls or do you shield things? Like, no, defense is about controlling space. It's about area denial. It's about wasting your opponent's time. Time
Sure.
is like the most important resource, probably, or one of the most important resources, really, that you actually have in Overwatch. And there's a lot of different ways to do that. So, I think it's pretty cool that, it's. Oh, I didn't know those guns stayed out. That's
They do,
pretty
but they just
funny.
kind of like unceremoniously just completely pop out of existence.
I would love it if you could just fill the whole room with those guns.
I kind of wish they faded or something. I don't know. It's a nitpick, but
I'm glad that you're gonna play Reaper because Reaper's one of my favorite characters. Oh,
that
you got
was not where I wanted to
double
land
Reapers.
that. Double Reaper. Double the fun. It's like that
Nice.
scene in Star Wars where they go up to the prison detention block area. Start blasting. What are those cameras? I don't even know what those were.
No, I love Reaper because I feel like he is like the true assassin of Overwatch. To me, he is all about using that teleporter, that teleportation to move through cover.
Sure.
To move from cover to cover and room to room without your enemies being able to even know that you're there, and then just appearing from behind them or from their flank out of nowhere when they think they have all their enemies in front of them.
Oh, this guy's dead.
Nice.
Yeah, he's very dangerous up close. And I also like his kit seems a little simplistic because this teleport ability really you don't use in combat.
No, you
just the
don't.
shift, and then you have a left click. You have no right click. But he does gain health from any fallen enemies, so that's a big part of his kit. You have to keep in mind. He does have a much larger health pool than some of the other assaults at 250.
Right.
So he is a little bit tanky, and when you get some of that health regen in there, it really just starts adding up. And you can really dish out the damage and have some pretty good sustain yourself. The opposing team seems to have given up, like
Oh.
Linkin Park. What the hell is happening? Oh, Lucio. But I
Nope.
can't die to a support. That's the #1 rule of playing offense. If you die to a support, you can never play offense again. It's written
Even
into the
Zenyatta?
game's code. Even Zen. Well, no. Okay, fine.
Zenyatta
not Zenyatta.
chews it up, man.
He does.
You know that.
Very good. So this is a really good. He's going to go for this health, but McCree got
He's
it.
not gonna get there.
Yeah, we're stopping this game.
Why are you so good?
Yeah, dude. This is a
you should
wasted, insanely wasted ult. Punish him for that. Oh, or am I? Yep, I am.
Whew. All right, we got
Oh, it's
4 minutes
three.
left.
We can win this. We win this match.
Can you
in
win
4
it in
minutes.
4 minutes?
Absolutely. I believe they have some leaders on their team at this point, and that's kind of the League of Legends mindset has made its way into Overwatch. Even though it's not a MOBA, you definitely need to be a little bit stricter punishments, I believe. For for leaving. Ooh, my ult came up just then too. That would have been real nice. So his ult is up there as one of the best. It is like there's never a bad time to use Widow's ult. There is a bad time to use Reaper's
There's
ult.
lots of bad times.
You can
to
be
use
hooked out of it. You can be
this ult.
stunned out of it. I don't think you can be frozen out of it, but you can also be killed. Like a lot of people think it makes you invincible.
You're not
It
invincible.
doesn't.
And
You are
also, if
regaining
someone's
health if
got
you're
something that
killing
does
people, but-
pushback, like Farah can use
Sure,
can
go
use
ahead.
her.
Oh, that was an example of a poor time to use my ult. But this actually forced them into a corner, which is where I perform best. Because they're going to be real squished.
Yeah, there's lots of bad times to use.
You know
his
what's a
ult.
weird VO pickup for Mercy that I don't really quite understand is heroes never die for a price, she says. And that's not one of her skins, that's default. I'm like, what? Is she like a mercenary healer? I'll
That's
heal
odd.
you for money. I guess that's the whole medical industry though is
Oh yeah, believe me, jeez. Ugh, God. You know, my girlfriend's a nurse, and just I'm always hearing about it. It's always right in the middle of it. So we've got
3 minutes. We can talk about it. You know what? We'll just play into it and
just,
then we'll
yeah,
wrap it out.
just let's keep this train going, man.
Reaper's easy. He's so fun to play. He's good though. Still no card.
No card.
I'm gonna give that a negative because that was a stomp, even though it was us. And you can see they're demoralized and they quit. That's what happens. Psychology 101. Also, I think the matchmaking, maybe the MMR needs some time to balance out a little bit. I've found that, God, it's just been not great the past 2 days since open beta began, basically. Towards the end of closed beta, especially at ranked, I felt as though I was finally getting into a groove where almost every match was at least decent. But
Yeah, I don't know. Like
I
I see that that match rating system, and I'm like, I don't even engage with it. I don't use it.
You know what we're gonna play here? Hanzo.
Oh yeah, do it.
I'm not sure what this is either. This is new. There we go.
Oh no, you're halfway through another game.
That's fine. I mean, we're not gonna.
I
Not
guess
gonna be able to get it through the whole thing anyway.
That's true. That's true. So we got about. Oh my God, we got apparently 1 minute left. Make
Can
something cool
can I
happen.
get a sick kill?
Get a sick kill in 1 minute. Otherwise, this whole stream is for nothing.
Oh, was there a guy that just jumped by me?
Don't let our whole stream be for nothing, James.
I'm
James.
trying so hard.
James.
Hold on, we can do it. How much
can
time
do
do
it.
we have?
It's fine. We have 30 seconds.
I don't know about
Probably-
that.
Probably a little more.
I'll just use my E. All you have to do is aim at the ground and it hits people's heads.
Do it. Hurry.
The unfortunate part is I can't. Hopefully this gate will open.
Word
Hopefully they'll push it.
789. Of course we missed you. What kind of question is that? We miss all you guys when we're not streaming. Thanks for coming back. How'd you not kill someone there? James.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
James.
I don't know. Oh God, what's happening? Ults. I don't
Oh,
know,
no.
dude. I think
It's 3 o'clock, but I think
this whole stream is for nothing. We'll give this 60 more seconds, Alexio.
60
Can
more
you do
seconds.
that?
Alexio,
I need to
make
get
it
a
happen.
Sick kill.
energy, emergency reserves to the stream setup.
All powers to the engines, Alexio.
We got to do it, Captain. Come on, do it. Do it. Do something cool. Oh no. Oh no.
Where'd she go? I heard her ult. I
I
heard
know,
her
I
ult.
heard her too. She's around.
There it is.
Yay!
Yay! With the scatter shot. Not even that cool, but still.
Godlike. No, that was the best kill of the night. What are you
Dude,
talking
thanks,
about?
bro.
Yo.
Thanks. Oh,
Jesus.
there's the best kill of the
there
night.
you go.
All right. And on that note, it's time to end. This has been Battleborn versus Battleborn versus Overwatch.
Overwatch.
They both have their awesome qualities, but the cool thing about Overwatch, you can check it out on May 5th through the 9th for free, because it is the open beta. All you have to do is download the client, and that's across all platforms.
Yep.
So have a good time, see if it's for you, and for all things Overwatch and Battleborn, keep it right here on IGN.
Begin.
What's up, everybody? I'm James Duggan. This is IGN Plays, and this is Vincent Janita.
Hey, what's up, James?
So we're going to be doing something a little special today. We're going to be playing Battleborn as well as Overwatch, and we're going to be kind of talking about the differences, the two, dare I say, debating which one is better, even though I do think at some point it's a not unfair comparison, but less fair than I think people